Live from Biola University, it's Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. Game 2 of the series between the Oaks and the Cats right here in La Mirada, California, along with Jordan Brenner. My name is Jonathan Rifkin. Happy to be with you on a Saturday afternoon, about 2.5 hours southeast of Thousand Oaks, California, for game number 2 of the series. Game number 2 is going to be a big one because the Oaks are looking to avoid the weekend sweep, losing yesterday's game 7-2. Jordan Brenner, as we bring you in here on the broadcast, the Oaks didn't play necessarily too poorly yesterday. The two biggest stats were the 10 walks they gave up, along with that one hit by batter, and the runners left on base. They only gave up 5 hits. They were handed opportunities that they could not convert on. But to give up 5 hits is not a bad stat. However, to give up 7 runs on only 5 hits, that is not something that you want to see day in and day out for this baseball team.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to call it a good performance for the Oaks, but there were certainly positives and negatives. And going forward, this Oaks team, they just have to focus on those positives. They did not give up a lot of hits to, what in the early goings of the season looks to be a really good lineup for this Catch team. Daniel Young out in the 2 spot. He goes to Notre Dame. He is a lethal hitter. Bourgeois, another really good hitter for this team. The Oaks pitching staff, they didn't throw enough strikes, but they did throw quality pitches in some big moments, and that was good. So the keys for today, you got to throw strikes, and this lineup, they just have to wake up. There's no other way of putting it. There's so much talent up and down this lineup, so many great hitters. Right now, they're not clicking on all cylinders. They're not putting together rallies together. They're not stringing hits together with runners in scoring position, and that's why you're seeing them struggle so much right now.
For a team that has such a high-powered offensive core, they're only batting .227 on the season. That is not something that any of us thought would be remotely near where we would see them, but it is still early. Game number 10 here. We still have about 40 games to go, 38 games to go, and it's a long season. A lot of these guys are still looking for their swing, waiting to break out, if you will, especially Michael Spears. Michael Spears for the Oaks, I think he's the key here, Jordan. In 14 at-bats, he has gone out every single time. He has walked once, struck out 3 times, and has grounded out or flown out every single time. What does he need to do to get things going for himself? Because, as I mentioned, I think that he's the key in this Oaks lineup. He can get going and finally find that spot in the field where he can get on base. It may spark this Oaks lineup.
Yeah, in baseball, you go through stretches where you just feel like a little leaguer at the plate. You're not really sure what to do, and all it takes is one hit, maybe even a walk to get somebody going like that. You see Michael Spears up in the 2-hole. Coach Solis still giving him that vote of confidence. That's so important to have that relationship with your manager. If Spears connects with one, he should be good to go off and running, I think.
Getting off and running is a big deal. I think Brandon Lewis is another guy that this Oaks team is looking to lead this offense here as they get ready for this game. Yesterday, Lewis did not have a game that we are accustomed to. 0 for 4, 3 flyouts and a ground out. Only his second ground out all season long. When he gets out loud. But here at Biola University, a little bit of a different setting. The wind is blowing out to left field. The left field wall is 325. Left center is 345. So I'd expect that these right-handed batters that the Oaks have will utilize that wind and hopefully get a couple over the wall, because we have yet to see any left field home runs, with the exception of Brandon Lewis's 1 home run a couple games ago and Raymond Gomez's home run last Saturday as well. 2 out of the Oaks' total 8 home runs went over left field. I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing, because the Oaks are a right-handed heavy lineup. But in a setting like this is an opportunity for them to utilize finally the wind that they haven't been accustomed to at Cal Lutheran and get a couple over, spark some high-powered offense, if you will, for this lineup.
Yeah, and people at home don't realize just how big of a factor the left field dimensions at Sparky Anderson Field are for this team. You mentioned it. This team is filled with right-handed power bats, and they're essentially useless at Cal Lutheran. Here we're coming to a stadium at Biola University where the dimensions are a little bit odd. You have 380 to center. Normally it's 400, 410 even. Right field, 345. That's pretty deep down the line and right. But down the left field line, you have 325. The wind's blowing out. expect some loud sounds and some guys who are going to be excited to have a chance to hit a home run for once.
On the other side for the Catch, as you mentioned, Daniel Young and Bourgeois, both amazing players. Yesterday, Young had an incredible 2-run shot over the right field wall at Cal Lutheran, something that we are accustomed to seeing because of that right field wall's distance from home plate and the persistence of the wind blowing out to right field. Here, the wind blowing out to left, and we're actually getting sprayed a little bit by the hose. I think I needed a nice little shower this morning, though the earlier shower that I took wasn't good enough, so why not get a little mist and rinse right before Oaks baseball here in Biola. This is the first of 3 times we'll be here this summer. The Oaks played 3 times last year, and yesterday, again, the Oaks losing 7-2. Both teams put up 5 hits, 3 errors in the field, though, for the Catch, 2 for the Oaks. And the Oaks stranded a total of 8 runners on base, 5 in scoring position, including the bases loaded in the 7th inning. Jordan, the Achilles heel for the Oaks, getting runners on early and failing to bring them around. How do they finally break that streak? Because it seems like every game the same frustration is, the Oaks get a leadoff runner on. Elijah Alexander got on 3 times yesterday as a leadoff man and did not score once.
All it takes is one, Jonathan. Hitting with runners in scoring position is an infectious thing that if one person does it, the whole team all of a sudden feels comfortable. You see teams in Major League Baseball all the time. Some teams are really great at driving runners in scoring position. Teams like the St. Louis Cardinals, the San Francisco Giants, you think of them as those clutch teams, and that's because they have rocks in the middle of the order that are always good at it. If 1 or 2 guys can get going, drop a few hits in the outfield with runners in scoring position, I feel confident that the other players will follow suit.
The other players needing to follow suit is important. The Oaks have a couple of new faces, or will be adding a couple of new faces here soon. Joe Torres joined the team yesterday. He is active for today. We expect to see him going for the Oaks today and throughout the rest of the season. He is a third-year returner with this team. He played his first year at UC Davis this past season before 2 years at Glendale City College. The Oaks are also expecting Chase Cockrell at the end of the week. Connor Queen when he is finished with Texas Tech. Of course, Texas Tech in the College World Series right now. And Joey DeSigli will be joining the team from Cal State LA in June. Michael Spears for the Oaks will be wearing number 38 instead of number 18 today. We didn't get a reason why. We asked Coach, and he said it's just for today. It's not for the season. Again, we didn't get a reason why. My speculation is he's 0 for 14 on the season. He's changing his number to try to get him the jump start. You know, baseball players are very superstitious here, Jordan, and maybe a change of a number for him is what will be necessary for him to finally get on base.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. Baseball players, they're kind of weird in that sense. They'll do anything to, crack a slump and start hitting. I've even seen guys, they don't shave their beards all season long. They'll sleep on the other side of the bed. Some guys will even sleep on the floor if it means they drop in a few hits the next day. But whatever works for Spears, I'm all for it.
And, of course, the number one superstition in baseball that everybody can agree on is you never, ever, ever step on that foul line before the game starts. If you do, you are cursing your team. We're going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting Caneo Oaks, headed by David Solis in his 14th year with the team, 11th as head coach. They come in today at 4-5 overall, 2-4 in the California Collegiate League. Batting first and playing center field from CSUN, Andrew Lucas. Behind him is Michael Spears out in left field from Ole Miss. In the 3 spot is Brandon Lewis playing third base from UC Irvine. Cleaning up and playing first base from USC is Bart West for the Oaks. Batting behind him, playing shortstop from Valparaiso, is Sam Shaken. Michael Tillman batting behind Shaken, out in right field from Pierce. Batting in the 7th slot for the Oaks, out of Oxnard City College, is Raymond Gonzalez. In the 8th spot, Will Pickett's playing second base from Cal State Bakersfield. And in the 9th spot, to round out the Oaks order, is Zach Kamenko, playing catcher from UNLV. On the mound for the Oaks, getting his second start of the season, will be Kevin Holcomb. The field here for the home team, the SoCal Catch, at 7-1-1. They tied the Ventura County Bucks about a week ago, 7-7. They did not play out the rest of that game. Batting first, actually, I'm going to give you their batting order in the bottom half. I'll give you their field here, though. Out in right field is Hill Alexander, and center is Miguel Abascal. And left is Daniel Young. David Martinez plays first base. Kristen Franklin at second base. Jake Boone at short. Jacob Rogers at third. Behind the dish is Ange Bourgeois. On the mound Getting his third start of the season is Hayden Jorgensen. No earned runs in 6 innings pitched. This is Jorgensen's second time starting against the Oaks. Last year against this team, he went 7 innings and struck out 8 guys. Jordan, I know you weren't here, but just from what you know about this team and from knowing that stat, how do the Oaks face a guy who's so good in Jorgensen?
Well, yesterday they had a challenge in Cade Smith out of Hawaii. He was phenomenal, locating all over the zone, a wicked curveball. It seems like they're going to have a similar challenge today with Jorgensen. I think the approach stays the same. Whatever pitcher you're facing, you have to go into your at-bats, stay patient, wait for good pitches to hit something elevated in the zone, and work from there. I don't think you obsess too much about Jorgensen's success, because if you overthink it, that guy's going to get the best of you.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a bit of a late start here from Biola University, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll reiterate the starting lineup for the Oaks for you, and then the first pitch and national anthem, all that and more on the Oaks Broadcasting Network after this from Biola University.
Lord, thank you for this day.
Back here at Biola University, we're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back for first pitch on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Our attitude and effort would reflect you. In your name I pray. Amen.
And I ask to remain standing for today's national anthem.
Nice rendition of our nation's anthem here at Biola University. Jordan Brenner, Jonathan Rifkin, happy to be back with you on a Saturday afternoon from gloomy La Mirada. Not the weather we're accustomed to. It's cold, it's windy, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch some baseball here at Biola University, home of the Eagles during the regular season, but home of the SoCal Catch during the summer season. I'll give you the Oaks order once again. As Hayden Jorgensen on the mound for the Catch, takes a couple of warm-up pitches. He's from Azusa Pacific. Leading off for the Oaks and playing center field from CSUN is Andrew Lucas. Behind him is Michael Spears from Ole Miss. In the 3 spot will be Brandon Lewis from Irvine. Cleaning up for the Oaks is Bart West from USC. Sam Shakenbat behind him from Valparaiso. Michael Tillman from Pierce is in the 6th spot. Raymond Gomez from Oxnard is in the 7th spot. Behind him, Will Pickett's from Cal State Bakersfield. And around with the Oaks order will be Zach Kamenko from UNLV. The man on the mound, you see him taking a couple of warm-up pitches, is Hayden Jorgensen from Azusa Pacific University. So far on the season, in 6 innings, he is yet to be given up a run. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he pitched last year against the Oaks in 6 innings. Struck out 7 batters and gave up 1 run. Though with the wind blowing today and this Oaks offense ready to explode, I expect him to have a bit of a different outing, though. If things continue the way that we've been accustomed to them being so far, which has been inconsistent offense, followed by inconsistent pitching, then Jorgensen may have a phenomenal day on the mound here as a throw is made from Bourgeois over to Boone, and we are about ready for baseball.
I think this Oaks lineup is just about ready to break out. They've gone through a couple really tough outings at the plate, but there's just too much talent for this to last, and I think with the shallow left center field wall, the shallow left field wall, I think we're in for a big day.
I think we're in for a big day as well, as Andrew Lucas will lead things off here for the Oaks. Headed to CSUN in the fall from Adolfo Camarillo High School. The first pitch from Jorgensen is popped back for strike number 1. First pitch time is 4:37. A bit of a late start here. 69 degrees. Wind is blowing out to the left field at about 12 miles an hour. The 0-1. Slapped down the left field line, making his way is Young. but that's going to be foul for strike number 2. Our viewpoint where we're set up is a little bit cut off, so I can't really see the left field line too well. We'll do our best to make as accurate of a call as possible as we hit game time here. The Oaks are in their baby blues with white letters on the front, outlined by navy blue, and navy blue letters on the back. The Cats are in their all reds with black letters and numbers on the front and black numbers on the back. Jorgensen fires the 0-2. Taken outside, 1-2 the count. The field for the Catch, Hilly Alexander's in right, Miguel Abascal in center, and Daniel Young in left. And then field here in just a moment. The Azusa Pacific product fires the 1-2. Lucas takes it, low and inside. 2-2 the count. The Peel, first base umpire, said he did not go around. David Martinez, who was a catcher in yesterday's game, is playing first base. Christian Franklin at second base. Jake Boone at short. Jacob Rogers at third. The 2-2 pitch misses low. Full count now from 0-2 to 3-2. Young Andrew Lucas has worked his way back into this count.
And Andrew Lucas making his first start on the road this year.
Did not travel with the team last week to Academy. The payoff pitch, swung and missed. Strike 3, and this game is kicked off with a strikeout by Hayden Jorgensen.
There's a legit heater right there from Jorgensen. That has some late life. He's able to locate it, elevate it when he wants to. He looks to be almost a finished product for a young man.
Michael Spears now stepping in. So far, 0 for 14 in his first 4 games with the Oaks. Takes a first pitch low for ball 1. He does have a run scored, though, on the 1 walk that he's been able to reach base from. We'll see here if he can recreate that, showing some patience. Jorgensen fires the 1-0. Cracked over to short on the second out. Boone fields it, fires it over to first in time for out number 2. 6-3 put out gives us out number 2 of the inning, and now Brandon Lewis.
Number 23, Brandon Lewis.
From UC Irvine will step in here. Went 0 for 4 yesterday, the first 0 for day that we have seen all season from him. He's at least been able to reach base via a walk at least. Goes batting .313. That is dropped now to .278. The first pitch to him is taken for strike 1 over the heart of the plate. Dimensions here at Biola, 345 to right, 365 to right center, 380 to center, 345 to left center, and 325 to left. The 0-1, taken at the knees for strike 2. The Catch, I believe, have their best team from what I have observed from top to bottom in a very long time. Jorgensen fires, though, 2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2 the count.
Well, sorry, Jonathan. I was just going to say they certainly have the pitching at the top of the rotation to compete with anybody.
They really do. As a team, they're pitching over or under 3.0 in their ERA. That's really good. 1-2 pitch, skied in the center field, making his way to it as Baskel over the right side at the wall and makes the catch for out number 3. Quick half inning here. Top of the first is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. The Oaks will take the defensive side after this on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. No score.
We would like to remind fans that the nearest
Back here in the bottom of the first inning, Jordan Brenner, myself, Jonathan Rifkin, and the Oaks were retired in short order in the top half of the inning. We'll get you set for the bottom half with the catcher lineup in the Oaks field. Batting first, playing second base from Grambling State is Christian Franklin. Behind him is Daniel Young out in left field from Notre Dame. Dan Martinez is batting in the third spot from first base, playing at Austin P during his collegiate season. Ange Bourgeois is cleaning up, catching from Biola. Behind him is Hill Alexander out in right field from Dallas Baptist. Ryan Smoot is DHing from VMI in the sixth spot. Jacob Rogers behind him at third base from UNLV. Miguel Abascal is playing center field from Biola. And to round out the catch order is Jake Boone playing shortstop from Princeton. I'll give you the Oaks field here in just a moment, but Kevin Holcomb from Glendale City College is their starting pitcher today. The first pitch from Holcomb is taken low for ball one. The Oaks field, out and right is Michael Tillman. Andrew Lucas occupies center, and Michael Spears in left. Bart West at first, Will Pickett's at second, Sam Shaken at short, Brandon Lewis at third. Behind the dish, Cam & Co. Zach, that is. And the 1-0 pitch is taken over the hardwood plate for strike one, 1-1 the count. And as I mentioned on the mound, it's Kevin Holcomb, getting his second start and fourth appearance of the season. 1-1 pitch is cracked back, foul, 1-2 the count. He has a 5.4 ERA, 8 strikeouts and 4 walks in 6 2/3 innings pitched. Undecided where he will go in the fall, but has played his first couple of seasons at Glendale. Fires the 1-2. In the dirt, gets past Kamiko, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One thing that's really important for Holcomb in this start is to throw competitive out pitches that, you know, the catcher are going to even, they need to have at least some motivation to swing at some pitches.
The 2-2 bounces in the dirt. Full count now to Christian Franklin. Yesterday, Franklin led off and went 0 for 3 with a pair of walks, a strikeout, and 2 groundouts. He also had a run scored on the Daniel Young 2-run home run. So we get a new ball out to Holcomb. On the season for Franklin, he's batting .320 and leads the team in at-bats with 32. Daniel Young behind him with 29. Daniel Young is on deck as well. The payoff pitch, cracked foul, back against the fence, and we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
See, here you're in a 3-2 count. You got ahead of your hitter, but then the 1-2 and 2-2 pitches were just bounced in the dirt. There's no way that Franklin's going to swing at that, and those are wasted pitches as far as I'm concerned.
3-2 pitches upstairs, and Christian Franklin lead things off here for the catch with a walk in the bottom of the first inning. Here the Oaks, you walked 10 batters yesterday
Number 31.
and hit 1, so 11 free base runners for the catch in yesterday's game, which is what largely led to them winning 7-2. The last thing you need to do if you're the Conejo Oaks is keep allowing these catch runners to reach base via a walk or a hit by pitch, because that adds to the momentum that they have already built from yesterday's game. Young steps in and skies one into center field. Running back is Lucas at the wall, and it hits the wall, and he has to make his way past back to it. Franklin round second, goes to third. The throw comes in, and Young on the first pitch he sees doubles. 2 in scoring position now. Nobody away in the bottom of the first inning for the SoCal catch.
I'll tell you what, Young has just easy, natural power. Direct swing to the ball, opposite field to center field. It was just a beautiful swing. The ball bounces off his bat. He's been such an impressive player in just about 5 at-bats that we've seen him have.
David Martinez now stepping in from Austin P in yesterday's game. 1 for 3 with a pair of walks, a single, and 2 groundouts on the season for Martinez. Batting .333 with 1 RBI, but an opportunity to knock a couple in here. 2 on, nobody away. In the bottom of the first inning, as Holcomb takes a step off the mound and wants to reset. Finally gets a pitch that he likes from Kamiko. From the stretch, Pearson fires the first pitch. Low and away for ball 1. This is game number 2 of the series. Oaks dropped yesterday's game. They've yet to win a series. They split the 2-game series with the Slow Blues to open up CCL play and then lost the series to the Academy Barons, the 1-0. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Martinez swung out of his shoes right there.
The Oaks started yesterday's game in a similar fashion, got into a lot of trouble in the first inning. They were able to escape only giving up 1 run. If they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to do the same thing today.
Martinez takes a couple of practice swings. Holcomb comes set on the rubber and deals the 1-1. A curveball gets past the glove of Kamenko. It was swung and a miss, but runners will stay put on second and third base. 1-2 the count now. The Oaks got very fortunate that there was no jump on the base pass to allow a run to score. Strikeout here would be the best case scenario because a ground ball or a fly ball hit far enough would score the run. The Oaks have only scored first in 2 of their first 10 games so far. The 1-2. A curveball slapped over to third. Lewis checks the runner at third and fires it over to first for out number 1. Heads up play there by Brandon Lewis to eye Franklin back to third base, assuring that he wouldn't go home and then making the play to first base.
Yeah, really smart play by Lewis over at third. He made sure to give him an extra long stare at third base to make sure he wouldn't break to the plate. Just an overall clean baseball play, and the Oaks are in position to get out of this inning.
1 away, 2 on. The lefty Ange Bourgeois, the dangerous hitter from Biola University right here in La Mirada, steps in. First pitch from Holcomb. Upstairs for ball 1. Bourgeois is batting .375 to lead the team. Also has 5 RBIs. No home runs. Daniel Young is the only catch with home runs on the season. He has 3. Holcomb toes the rubber. Checks the runners. Peers and fires the 1-0. That one's outside, 2-0 the count.
I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world to give up a walk here to Bourgeois. Then you set up a double play to get out of the inning.
Holcomb waiting. Fires the 2-0 low, 3-0 the count. Holcomb now is in danger of walking the bases loaded. Kamenko gives him the sign. On the stretch, Holcomb fires the 3-0. This one just catches the bottom part of the zone. 3-1 the count. A late call from our home plate umpire. And now working out from behind is Holcomb. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, and 2 on. Got out ahead of David Martinez, I should say. Ange Bourgeois trying to put his team on the board first. The 3-1. Drops low, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded here for the catch with 1 out. The only positive that comes out of this for the Oaks is a double play situation.
Now batting, right fielder, number 21 from Dallas Baptist University, Hill Alexander.
That's the second walk of the game here for Holcomb. Christian Franklin led the inning off. Walked. Daniel Young doubled. Martinez got out, and Bourgeois walked. Now Hill Alexander, who came in as a pinch hitter yesterday, steps in. He went 0 for 2 in that stint. Takes a first pitch strike over the heart of the plate. Alexander calls Dallas Baptist University his home. A historically really good baseball program in the Division II NCAA system. Takes a couple of practice swings as Holcomb takes a breath and offers the 0-1. This one misses low, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. You can tell he's trying to keep these pitches low because he wants to tailor-make a double play ball for his middle infield. Best case scenario for him. By the way, Hill Alexander on the season is batting 0. He has 3 at-bats, and he's 0 for 3. The 1-1 pitch to him is a curveball taken for strike number 2 on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday afternoon. Some late weekend baseball here. We also have a game at 5 o'clock tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Misses low and away. 2-2 the count.
Seems as the inning has progressed, Holcomb's gained a better feel of his off-speed pitch. The first few that he threw bounced in the dirt, but since then, they've been rock solid.
A double play ball would get Holcomb out of the inning. Without any damage done, though. Bases loaded, 1 away, 2-2 pitch. Holcomb offers. In the dirt. Gets stopped by Kamenko, and that brings a full count now to the right-handed batter from DBU. In place of Lacey Crenshaw in the 6th spot yesterday and grounded out both times before the game was over. Nonetheless, so the Cats still won 7-2.
Throw a strike here and let your defense make a play.
Payoff pitch. Popped back against the screen, and we'll do it again. A lot of netting here at Biola University. Basically, the entire ballpark is encompassed around by nets. They even go over our stands behind home plate because if a ball gets over the netting behind home plate, which I'm not exactly sure how it could because it's so high, it still wouldn't reach the stands. Out in center field, the netting also goes over the street. Payoff pitch. Call low, and that'll be a walk. An RBI base on balls for Hill Alexander brings in Christian Franklin. 1-0 the score here early with 1 away, and Coach Lee is going to have a conversation with his pitcher.
Number 26 from Virginia Military Institute.
And the Oaks, they are facing the same problems that they did yesterday. The walks, they've just been haunting them all season long. If you want to be a competitive baseball team, no matter how good your offense is, which it hasn't been for the Oaks, you have to have at least a little pitching, and right now the Oaks do not have that.
They do not. They have the pitchers. The pitchers are just not performing the way that we'd expect them to, and the patience by the Catch is so far paying off. 1-0 the ball game here, 1 away, and the bases all juiced for Ryan Smoot from Virginia Military Institute. Yesterday in the 8th spot, went 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch, a run scored, a ground out, and a pop out. After the meeting, Holcomb comes set and deals the first pitch. Low for ball 1. Smoot on the season is batting .176. 5 RBIs, no home runs. 3 hits in 26 trips. Holcomb comes set on the rubber. Peers and fires the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. And it's interesting because Holcomb can get ahead of these batters. He's been ahead of 3 of the first 5 batters, but he's only gone 1 out of it. I think that once he gets ahead, he becomes content. And that's what we saw in the last at-bat when he walked Hill Alexander. Takes a breath, checks the runner at third, and deals the 1-1. Low as well, 2-1 the count.
He's been missing low on that fastball, and you can't do that. I know he wants to get a ground ball to get out of the inning, but you can't. You just simply cannot walk another guy in for another run.
1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Catch. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. They were retired in short order to begin the game. 2-1 pitches skied into right field. Tillman makes his way to it. Will it be enough? No. And the runner at third base, Ange Bourgeois, will be held. Out number 2 is on the board. Only 1 run has come in so far. That is not a bad out if you're the Oaks.
Now batting, third baseman, number 20 from UNLV, Jake.
Well, not at all. I mean, it was a good play. No runs scored. Holcomb made a really good pitch. Got a soft fly out, and the arm of Tillman in right field was enough to not send the runner from third.
Daniel Young's at third. Ange Bourgeois is at second. Hill Alexander's at first. 2 away for Jacob Rogers from UNLV. We did not see him yesterday in game number 1 of the series. Takes a first pitch ball inside. 1-0 the count to him. Rogers on the season is batting .227. He has 6 hits. Check that. He actually has 5 hits in 26 at-bats, but he has 6 runs scored because he's been a pinch runner throughout the season for this team. Cole comes set and offers the 1-0. Swung and a missed. 1-1 the count. Couple of UNLV Rebels at home plate. The batter, Jacob Rogers, and the catcher, Zach Kamenko, both play for UNLV. Some friendly competition between teammates and some ball. The 1-1. Sliced in the left field, and that's going to go to the corner for extra bases. 1 comes around and scores. 2 comes around and scored. Waving around third and coming home is Hill Alexander. The throw is in time, and he will be tagged out, but not before 2 runners come around on the 2 RBI double by Jacob Rogers. The score is 3-0. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 1 full here from Biola University. The Oaks trail 3-0. We'll be back after this on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
The second inning for the Oaks. First baseman number 26, Bart West.
Bart West, the USC Trojan, will kick off the second inning here for the Oaks as the first pitch to him is taken upstairs for ball 1. Welcome back, everybody. 3-0 the score. The catch, we're able to score 3 runs in the bottom half of the first to take an early lead as the 1-0 pitch is taken over the heart of the plate for strike 1. West making his debut in the cleanup spot for the Oaks. So far is on the season batting .357. It's been creeping up a little bit as of late. 1-1 pitch at the knees for strike 2. Jorgensen still on the mound. Sent the Oaks down in order to begin the game. Deals the 1-2 low and away. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. West, Shaken, and Tillman, the 3 due up in the inning for the Oaks. Though they're hoping for more batters, that would mean that they would have had a productive inning. 2-2 offering. Sliced foul back against the screen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think there's something to be said for how quick Jorgensen, works on the mound. He's very quick. His defense stays on their toes because of it. And also he gets a little bit into a rhythm.
And it keeps batters off balance as well. 2-2 pitch misses away. 3-2 count to Bart West. West has only gotten out in the field a couple of times. On the season, he has 13 strikeouts and 34 plate appearances. But still batting .357, which is now the highest on the team as he swings and misses on the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. The second strikeout on the game for Jorgensen. The Oaks have gone the first out up on the board here in the top of the second inning.
Sam Shaken.
That'll bring up Sam Shaken, the shortstop from Valparaiso. On the season for Shake. He's batting .241, though I'd expect that number to creep up as he starts to work out of this slump a little bit. Jorgensen deals the first pitch. Shaken thought about it, held back. It was called low, ball 1. Jorgensen takes the sign from Bourgeois and deals the 1-0 pitch. This time misses outside. 2-0 the count. Shaken in his second year with the team, batted .323. Sorry, batted .323 last year. We apologize for that technical difficulty as the 2-0 pitch misses low and away. 3-0 the count. His batting average has been a little bit subpar so far, but the patience is still there. As you can see with this count, 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch taken over the heart of the plate. 3-1 the count here. Jorgensen has not walked an Oaks batter. 2 strikeouts, a groundout, and a flyout have been the first 4 that he's faced so far this game. From Azusa Pacific, fires the 3-1. Low ball 4, and the Oaks get their first base runner of the ball game by way of a 5-pitch walk for Sam Shaken.
Now batting right fielder, number 27,
and Jordan,
Michael Tillman.
For a team that's struggling, putting the ball in play and being productive, how important is it that they draw walks?
Very important. I mean, you see what it did for the catch yesterday. The catch didn't necessarily swing the bats great, but their patient at-bats allowed them to, hammer the Oaks yesterday.
First pitch to Michael Tillman is popped up and way out of play. Strike 1 to him. From Pierce, his head coach, Bill Pickett's in the stands today. On the season for Tillman, batting .222. 6 strikeouts, which is actually a pretty good number for 32 plate appearances. Looking to get out of his slump as well. Takes the 0-1 pitch low, 1-1 the count. We're at Biola University, home of the Eagles in La Mirada. A very nice little campus. There's about 3,000 students affiliated with the Church of Christ. They just moved from the NAIA to Division II as that 1-1 pitch becomes 1-2 on a strike at the knees. Their baseball program has really been phenomenal, and they just won too many championships for the NAIA. They eventually got a bid to play D2 in all their sports, but mostly because of their baseball program. And they played their first season this past year. Pickoff attempt, Shaken is able to get back standing. A lot of schools in the area have been making waves in various sports and have moved from NAIA to NCAA baseball. Cal Baptist, another university, as well as Concordia Irvine. The 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. Tillman strikes out looking. The second strikeout of the inning and third of the game for Jorgensen. 2 outs now, and once again,
number 4,
the Oaks get runners
Gomez
on base early in innings, and they are in danger of stranding once again Sam Shaken at first base. Raymond Gomez now will take his first hacks in the right-handed batter's box. Batting .208 on the season. He does have a home run. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Wind picking up towards left field. The temperature is dropping in the mid-60s now. And as this game goes on, I guarantee you it'll get a lot colder. 1-0. Misses low. The back pick attempt is not in time, and Shaken gets back standing. 2-0 the count. The Oaks and the Catch will meet again in 2 weeks at Sparky Anderson Field on the last Friday of the month. And then not for another 2 more weeks until the middle of July. 2-0 pitch taken for strike 1. Gomez got the day off yesterday, but has been pretty consistent as a starter for the Oaks this season, both out in the outfield and at second base. 2-1 from Jorgensen, misses low, 3-1 the count. Handful of fans here at Biola, a small seating arrangement for an NCAA school. Probably fits about 120 fans. Seats are about half full so far. 3-1 offering, runner goes, foul tipped back though. Now we have a full count. The hit and run was on, and it actually looks like and Bourgeois was shaken up a little bit as Jonathan Munoz, in his first year as manager for this squad, will have a conversation with him I'm not exactly sure what happened. The ball might have tipped off of him, but he was shaken up as he got up. Though we see all smiles between him and his manager right now behind home plate.
He seems to be okay, but they're double-checking with him. Don't want to make any mistakes with it. Gotta be cautious.
And so far, the team's best hitter, last thing that you want is to make a mistake and either pull him for something that's not a big deal or leave him in there for something that is a big deal. But everybody's smiling and laughing. The home plate umpire and Coach Munoz all sharing a hearty laugh. And now they will be back to baseball as the meeting breaks. 3-2 count, 2 away, 1 on here. Oaks trail 3-0 in the top of the second inning. Gomez steps back in the right-handed batter's box and shoulders that bat. Jorgensen fires the payoff pitch. Slice fouled on the first base side, but running out of room is Martinez, who made an attempt to make the catch. Nonetheless, though, we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shaken was already midway to third base by the time that ball dropped.
Yeah, he got a good head start on the 3-2 pitch he was running. If that dropped in right field, he was definitely going to be at third base. And maybe with a misplay in right field, he could have scored.
Will Pickett's waiting patiently on deck. Should we get that far? The payoff pitch again. Another foul tip back against the screen. And for a third straight time, we'll do it at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So it'll be a 1 game away from home for the Oaks. We'll be headed back to Thousand Oaks after the game for a 5 o'clock start against the Academy Barons tomorrow. Though tomorrow is a busy day. More on that, though, as the game goes along. Jorgensen comes set. Offers the payoff pitch. Runner goes. This time, Gomez takes it low and away for ball 4, and the Oaks get a 2-out walk to put runners on first and second. Try to keep this inning alive for Will Pickens.
Good at bat there from Gomez. Love the patience he displayed there. And even though the Oaks are not hitting the ball very hard right now, they're still threatening, which is what you want to see. All it takes is one swing to get right back in this game.
Absolutely right. The ability to fight off so many pitches, that is an asset, and that's exactly what Gomez was able to do. Coming into this game, Jorgensen didn't walk anybody. Already 2 walks here in the early going. Pickett steps in. The first pitch to him is taken over the heart of the plate for strike 1. His father, Bill Pickett's the head coach at Pierce Junior College, sitting in the stands behind home plate. Pickett's in his second year with the Oaks will be headed to Cal State Bakersfield in the fall for his first year with the Roadrunners after 2 very successful seasons playing for his dad at Pierce. The 0-0 pitch misses low. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind shifting towards third base now. It started off towards left field, but we'll see it continue to shift between left field and home plate, becoming a pitcher's friendly pitch, or a wind, I should say, or a right-handed hitter's friendly wind. 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2. Pickett so far batting .083 for the Oaks, though he has walked more times than anybody on the team per at-bats, averaging 2 walks per every 3 at-bats. Pretty good. 1-2 pitch from Jorgensen. Taken in the dirt. Ball 2. Good stop by Bourgeois. That evens the count. 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away and 2 on in a 3-0 ball game here in the top of the second inning. The Azusa Pacific product checks the runner at second and offers the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the top of the second inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a pair stranded. Or through 1.5. Oaks Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the second on a frigid day from Biola University. The coldest
Leading off,
start that we have had all season long. It is currently 67 degrees, but with wind chill, feels like 62.
Miguel Abascal.
Miguel Abascal will lead things off here for the catch. Not seen him yesterday, playing in his home of Biola University. On the mound for the Oaks is still Kevin Holcomb now in his second inning of work. Oaks trail 3-0 here. And we'll look to make amends on the defensive side after a rough first inning. The first pitch to Abascal is ripped up the middle and into center field. On the first pitch that he sees, he singles over to first to kick off the bottom of the second inning for the SoCal Catch.
Now batting, shortstop, number 19 from Princeton, Jake Boone.
Jake Boone now steps in yesterday's game for Boone. In the number 9 spot, went 1 for 3 with a single, 2 groundouts, and a walk where he came around and scored thereafter. Runner on first, has some speed. The first pitch is taken low for ball 1. And Boone from Princeton will look to help extend this lead for the Catch. Already up 3-0 here in the early going. Holcomb trying to stifle that as that pitch misses away. 2-0 the count. Boone on the season batting .286, 5 RBIs and a home run. 2-0 offering. Foul tipped on the check swing, and that'll put a strike up on the board. 2-1 the count. Biola University, founded in 1962. Fairly new university. Houses just over 3,000 students. The dorms over to our right. The gym behind us. 2-1 pitch up and in. 3-1 the count. Nice little university, though, hidden in La Mirada. Not a lot of international attention, but they are on the map, and I think they're growing. The Catch certainly helping that cause over the summer. 3-1. Called strike over the heart of the plate. Full count now for Holcomb. Holcomb has done a good job keeping his composure, even though he's given up 3 hits and 3 runs so far in this game. Fires the payoff pitch. Swung and missed. Boone goes down swinging, and Holcomb tallies his first strikeout of the game for out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, number 2 from Grambling State, Chris Franklin.
Chris Franklin now will stride back into the right-handed batter's box from Grambling State. He's 0 for 0. Started today's game exactly how he started yesterday's game, with a walk. Came around to score the first run of the ballgame back in the first inning. Narrow stance in the batter's box. The first pitch is taken low and away for ball 1. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Catch. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks. Holcomb comes set and deals the 1-0. Called a strike at the knees. 1-1 the count. The Oaks a little lackluster mental-wise, I believe. Everybody seems a little tired, a little off. Runner goes. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back against the screen. 1-2 the count. The hit and run was almost executed, but Holcomb was able to force Chris Franklin to swing under that one for strike number 2.
I think Holcomb has to elevate a fastball. I don't think we've seen that so far today. He has a lot of velocity on it. If he can get it upstairs, there's no way that the Catch are going to be able to catch up with it.
All right, fastballs have been the Oaks' friends all season long, though Holcomb is yet to throw one here today as he steps off and checks the runner at first. Double play situation here for the Oaks. They are in that depth, as Will Pickett's at second base is playing a couple feet to the left of the bag. Excuse me. 1-2 offering. A curveball taken low and away. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Though this is the only away game of the week, the Oaks are gearing up for a long road trip. First 2 home games on Tuesday and Wednesday, a day off Thursday and Friday, and then a doubleheader on Saturday and a game on Sunday as the 2-2 pitch runs away. 3-2 the count. up in Healdsburg. Team will be staying up in Santa Rosa, which is about 8 hours north. And then another 35 minutes for the games in Healdsburg. Makes the 2.5 hours here seem like nothing. Payoff pitch is popped up. Is there enough space for Kamenko as he tracks that ball down? And there is as he makes the catch for out number 2. Good job by Kamenko, not losing the ball amidst the clouds and securing it without a problem.
Yeah, and people think that looking up to the sun is difficult, but sometimes when you look up at the clouds, especially when the sun's peeking through, that's the toughest time to, spot a fly ball and catch it. But Kamenko did a great job, got his feet under it, made a great play.
Especially because we have seen a lot of mishandles behind home plate, mostly at Cal Lutheran, but regardless, it's always refreshing to see when one goes well for a catcher. Daniel Young now checks in. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. From Notre Dame, he is quite a talent. Added 257 for the Fighting Irish in his freshman season. He emerges as the starting first baseman in 48 of the 56 games he played and recorded a hit in the first 6 collegiate starts, which included the first 2 games of the series against the number 9 ranked team Clemson. Takes that pitch for a strike, 1-1 the count. He also 2 homers in a 3-for-3 performance over Monmouth. He also had a pair of hits in the ACC championship loss to number 2 Louisville. A very good young player. He cracks one over to short, shaken. Turns it, fires it over to first in time for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 stranded for the catch. We're through 2 full here from Biola University. On the other side of the break, I will have a trivia question for my broadcasting partner, Jordan Brenner. Until then, you're watching Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. The Oaks trail 3-0. We'll be right back.
Zach Kamenko.
Zach Kamenko will lead things off here for the Oaks in his first at-bat. In the number 9 spot, Oaks trail 3-0. Welcome back, everybody, to Biola University on a frigid and windy and cloudy Saturday afternoon. First pitch from Jorgensen is low for ball 1. Kamenko is a sporadic catcher for the Oaks, 1 of 3, along with Bryce Drew and Viet. As he slaps that one right into the third baseman's glove in Jacob Rogers for out number 1. The Oaks have now batted throughout their order, and nobody has been able to get on base with the exception of Sam Shaken and Raymond Gomez due to walks. That'll be a line out to the 5th fielder in Jake Rogers for the catch. Back to the top of the order we go for Andrew Lucas, who struck out looking for his first time up. Swings and misses at that pitch for strike 1. So, my trivia question for you of the day, Jordan Brenner. As the 0-1 pitch from Jorgensen is dealt. Cracked over to third. Is that fair? No, it's foul. 0-2 the count to Lucas. Hayden Jorgensen on the mound goes to Azusa Pacific University. Azusa Pacific is a nice little quiet town about 2 hours north of Los Angeles, an hour and a half north of Los Angeles. You drive through it in the San Bernardino County. It is spelled A-Z-U-S-A. Can you tell me why they named it Azusa?
Wait, you said A-Z-U-S-A?
That's how you spell it.
Azusa?
Yeah, Azusa Pacific. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 1, 1 and 2 the count. That's how the town is spelt.
It seems like there should be 2 Z's in there.
There's only one, though.
Okay.
But there's a reason for it. Do you know that reason? It's the 1-2 pitch, taken low, 2 and 2 the count.
Do I know the reason for
why they named the town Azusa, A-Z-U-S-A?
Can I think about it?
I'll give you a couple of pitches. 2-2 pitch, swung and missed. Lucas goes down swinging for his second straight time of the game. 4 strikeouts now for Jorgensen, and there's 2 away.
Number 38, Michael Spears.
He has had the Oaks number so far today as Michael Spears steps in. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out to short. Remember, the looming question is, how did Azusa, the town of Azusa, get its name? It's quite a story. It's the first pitch to Spears is at the knees for strike 1. Spears sporting number 38 on his back. Normally number 18, though today made the change just for today. The 0-1 pitch slapped over to third. No short, actually, as Boone gets it on the hop, fires at the first, and beats Spears by a step for out number 3. The Oaks go down short order for a second time in this ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. They trail 3-0. As we hit the break, you're watching Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Third inning for the catch. First baseman, number 33 from Austin P, David Martinez.
David Martinez will lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Oaks trail 3-0. He's Jordan Brenner. I'm Jonathan Rifkin. This is Oaks Baseball from Biola University. Martinez is 0 for 1 with a ground out on the day. The first pitch from Holcomb shows bunt, gets it down. Holcomb gets it, bobbles it, and loses the ball. The underhand will get past Bar West and go through into the bullpen. Advancing from first to second on the error is Martinez, and that was a mistake all over the board. That may go down as 2 errors by the pitcher.
Nothing's going right now for these Oaks.
Now batting.
That's a fluke play that you don't see often.
Viola and Bourgeois.
Runner on second due to the error by the pitcher, Kevin Holcomb. And there's a runner in scoring position now. So when we left you, I asked Jordan Brenner a trivia question. Azusa Pacific University is in Azusa, California, A-Z-U-S-A, and I asked him, why did they name that city Azusa? And he has an answer for you as Ange Bourgeois skies one in the shallow center field for Oaks converging, and out of second base, Will Pickett makes the catch for out number 1.
Well, my answer, A-Z-U-S-A. You said there's a reason. So I was thinking A to Z, USA, And I was thinking maybe because of the Z, it was one of the final beach towns created in the United States, something like that.
Well, Azusa's not near a beach, anywhere near a beach. But you are right in your logic. It is A to Z USA. When they founded the town, they said, we want this town to embody every single city in the United States from the letter A to the letter Z. And so they made it A to Z USA and called it Azusa. The first pitch to Hill Alexander's inside for ball one. He's 0 for 0 on the day. A walk. He also scored a run on that walk, so he has an RBI to his name as well. Fascinating fact about that small little town, encompassing a university that many CCL players attend. 1-0 pitch from Holcomb misses low, 2-0 the count. I am full of random facts that I'm sure you will get to learn and be accustomed to as the season progresses. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Catch. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for the Oaks. The 2-0 in the dirt, backhanded by Cam & Co. for ball 3. The wind chill picking up here. 60 degrees with the wind chill. It is the coldest game of baseball I think I've actually watched this early in a game or partaken in the CCL in my 3 years here. 3-0 pitch over the 100 plate for strike 1, 3-1 the count. And I actually take that back. At UCSB 2 years ago, before the Foresters moved to Pershing Park because it's right on the coast, there was a 1 o'clock start for us on a Saturday. That was a very cold game. That was at 55 degrees. 3-1 pitch. Misses outside. Ball 4. The 4th walk given up by Holcomb. Now runners on first and second here with an out in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Designated hitter, number 26, from Virginia Military Institute, Ryan Smoot.
Ryan Smoot now from VMI will step back in. He flew out to right field his first time up, 0 for 1 on the day. Runner in scoring position and a runner on first base, though, for the Catch. And they both are itching to score here and extend their lead up 3-0 right now. Smoot takes a couple of practice swings. Shoulders the bat. Holcomb peers and fires. The 0-0 pitch. Cracked over to third, but foul. No, they called it. Nope, it was foul. The third base coach for the Cavs, Jonathan Munoz, called it fair, but of course he is not the umpire. The umpire, home plate umpire, had the say, and he called that foul. 0-1 the count.
It was very close. I thought it was fair at the start, but apparently just outside the bag. Fortunate for Holcomb on the mound.
A long time here on the mound for Holcomb as he's waiting for Smoot to take the batter's box. He finally does. Taps the plate a couple of times. Lines his bat up, takes a couple of twirls, and he's taking a really long time. I'm not exactly sure why that's allowed, but nonetheless, the 0-1 pitch is dealt for strike number 2 at the knees. Most of the time, the umpires will tell the batter that they're taking too long. But not for Ryan Smoot. Runners taking about a step and a half lead off of first and second, respectively. The 0-2 pitch from Holcomb is a curveball, gets away from Kamiko and rolls to the dugout of the Catch, advancing the runners on the wild pitch. Now 2 in scoring position with 1 away, and a 1-2 count to Ryan Smoot. Another free giveaway the Oaks are giving the Catch, literally gifting them runners in scoring position.
And though this one may not come back to bite them, all of these mental errors that the Oaks keep having, they compile, and then you see games where the Oaks lose by 5 or 6 runs, and you're like, they didn't play too poorly, and they still lose. That's what mental errors do.
The last Oaks win was on Tuesday against the Bucks, 14-5, I should say. That pitch misses outside, 2-2 the count. The last CCL win for the Oaks was a week ago in 11 innings. They won 8-7. They're 2-4 in CCL play. A struggle that has ceased to exist so far. Holcomb comes set, takes a breath, kicks and fires the 2-2 pitch, slopped over to second. Pickett's on the third hop. Fires it over to first, but a productive out there for Ryan Smoot. Brings in a run. It's 4-0 now with a runner on third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting, third baseman, number 20, Reno LV, Jacob
And that's the
Rogers.
problem with, by the way, that run was unearned because Holcomb created an error to allow Martinez over to second base, but it does come back to bite them, and that wild pitch, had it not happened, would have been a double play, and this inning would have been over.
Yep, exactly right.
2 outs now as Jacob Rogers steps in and swings and misses at that one for strike one. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a pair of RBIs and a double back in the first inning. Looking to recreate that here with a runner on third. Those are his first 2 RBIs of the season. Swings that bat high over his right shoulder. Holcomb deals, slapped over to right field. Running in on is Tillman, and he'll make the play for out number 3. 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're through 3 full here from Biola University. Oaks trail 4-0 on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Lewis.
Brandon Lewis leads off things here for the Oaks in the top of the 4th inning. Sorry about that. But for play-by-play of the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings with the Oaks trailing, our broadcasting partner, Jordan Brenner.
First pitch to Lewis, in there for a strike. Hayden Jorgensen has done a really good job working very quickly. And Oaks, they're hitless here in the 4th inning. On 1 pitch to Lewis. Down low and away, 1-1. Lewis flew out back in the 1st inning. Average has creeped under 300. He's at 278 with only 1 home run. Next pitch is into left field for a base hit, and Lewis checking in for the Oaks' first hit of the game. There goes the no-hitter.
If anybody's going to break out of an offensive slump for the Oaks, it's going to be Brandon Lewis. That's exactly what he did right there. Able to finally get an Oaks hit to lead things off here in the ball game in the 4th inning.
Bart West steps in. He struck out in the 2nd. He's hitting over 300 on the year. First pitch is off speed, in there for a strike. Entered the day hitting 357. No home runs yet. 4 RBIs. 6 walks drawn. Really good patience from the youngster. 0-1 pitch. West lifts one out to right field, relatively deep. Hill Alexander rotates over towards the line, makes the play, tosses it back into the infield for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, number 25, Sam Shaken.
Sam Shaken steps in. Walk back in the 2nd inning, advance to second base. Couldn't go any further. The Valparaiso, the shortstop. Average has been creeping up just a little bit. Entered the day 241. 1 home run on the year. First pitch to Shaken, taken down and away, 1-0. Shaken's on base percentage at .333. Also has 3 RBIs this year. Lewis takes his lead off of first. Jorgensen sets at the belt, kicks and fires. In there for a strike, 1-1. Not the best start for the Oaks today. They gave up 3 in the first. The big hit in that inning was the Daniel Young double off the wall. As the 1-1 pitch is on its way, but first a throw over to first. Lewis dives back in safely. The first baseman, David Martinez, holding the tag on Lewis for a while. I think he thought he was out. But no argument. 1-1, 1 out. Shaken digs in. Jorgensen gets his sign and offers. Lewis goes. The throw to second is in time to get him.
Ooh.
Disbelief in the Oaks dugout. But either way, Lewis is going to head back as the second out of the inning. I thought he was safe. Jonathan, what did you think?
I thought he was safe too. At least got his foot in there before the tag was applied. But what I think and what I saw doesn't necessarily matter. You have to give the benefit of the doubt to the umpire over there because he has a much better angle than we do here behind home plate.
Either way, 2 outs in the inning, nobody on. The 2-1 pitch to Shaken. Outside, 3-1. He's 1 ball away from taking his second walk of the afternoon. Wind has died down. For the first few innings, it was blowing. Our papers were everywhere. 3-1 pitch, line down the left field line. Good snag by Rogers at third. Fires over to first. The pick by Martinez is made for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 4-0 in favor of the catch. We're through 3.5 here from Biola University. We'll be right back here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Miguel Abascal, the first hitter in the bottom of the 4th inning. A base hit back in the 2nd. The average not where it needs to be, below 200 at 182. But maybe starting to heat up against Kevin Holcomb. Kicks and fires for the first pitch, lifted back to the screen. 0-1 for Holcomb. Good start to the inning. He has struggled finding the zone, as the Oaks have, really all year long. Already 4 walks today. Not the number you want to be seeing. Let's see if Holcomb can recover going forward. He's up 0-1 here. Abascal awaits the pitch. Off speed in the dirt, taken. 1-1.
And it's not Holcomb's issue getting ahead of batters. The issue is, number one, staying ahead of batters, and number two, utilizing the fact that he's ahead of batters to his advantage. Those two things have been something that he's failed to do so far in the mounds in the game so far.
1-1. Holcomb sets and offers, fouled back to the screen. 1-2. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the catch. They've played pretty flawless baseball on both sides of the ball today. The same cannot be said for the Oaks. No runs on only 1 hit, and also an error. The only hit was the Brandon Lewis base hit to left field. He was later thrown out at second trying to steal. 1-2 is off speed, fouled back to the screen again. Good fight from Abascal.
And you know that Holcomb is itching for another strikeout. Only 1 so far in the game. If he can get a couple more, I think he'll look back on this day and say, you know what, I gave up a couple hits, only 4 so far, and had that error, but the strikeouts need to be there.
Fastball, slider, changeup for Holcomb. The 1-2 pitch is a little bit low, 2-2. And he has not quite gained control of the changeup, it seems. I don't even think he's gone to it very often. Maybe a few times.
Most off-speeders we have seen from him are that curveball.
Or the slider,
Or the slider, rather, yeah.
2-2 pitch. Nobody on, nobody out. Holcomb gets his sign and offers. Foul back to the screen once again, 2-2 again. Really good fight from Abascal, who I mentioned was really struggling entering the day. But at least his on-base percentage is in a pretty good space. He's getting on base at a clip of 250, which is just about 70 points higher than his average, which is a pretty good number. Anyway, 2-2. Kamenkaw puts his sign down. Holcomb agrees, and here's the pitch. Taken on the inside corner for strike 3. Around the infield it goes. Kamenkaw over to Lewis at third. Beautiful pitch right there from Holcomb.
And very necessary, as I mentioned. Getting a strikeout as a pitcher can do a lot for your confidence. And for a guy who's given up 4 runs, 3 were earned, and walked 4 batters, Holcomb has been itching for another strikeout, finally getting it. And we'll see here if that changes his confidence on the mound.
His second strikeout of the day. His next task is Jake Boone. First pitch is off the plate, 1-0. Boone goes to Princeton. He was the first strikeout victim back in the second inning. Second pitch, a rip and a miss. 1-1 count. Boone entered the day hitting 167, 286 on base. Also home run and 5 RBIs. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed again. Maybe Holcomb getting in a little bit of a groove. He seems to be working faster. That's usually a sign of confidence.
Sign of confidence and a way to keep the offense off balance.
1-2 with 1 out. Holcomb sets and offers. There's the slider. He bounced it. 2-2. Clouds everywhere. And Jonathan, this is your 3rd year coming to Biola University. This is the first time you said it has not been 110 degrees. 2-2 pitch is elevated. A fastball upstairs, 3-2.
Yes, of course, my favorite story to tell from my tenure with the Oaks was 2 years ago when Jake Arledge hit a home run that eventually won the game for the Oaks.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Kamenkaw applies the tag. 2 straight strikeouts, the 3rd of the game for Holcomb. And he's starting to look pretty good out there. 2 outs in the inning.
Number 2 from Grambling State University, Chris Franklin.
Going back to what I was saying, the Oaks were trailing 7-4. Jake Arledge from Arkansas, who was a phenomenal baseball player, hit a grand slam in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs to eventually give the Oaks the 8-7 win. It was 110 degrees, and I missed the call because my computer overheated.
First pitch into Christian Franklin. Swung on and missed, 0-1.
One of the saddest moments of my life, and one of the saddest moments as an Oaks, not for me, but for Oaks fans, because they couldn't even watch it. Our production computer overheated due to 110-degree weather. The next time we came back, it was 105.
Wow. 0-1 pitch to Franklin. Fastball lifted out of play to the right side. 0-2. Franklin on the day. A walk in the first, a ground out in the second.
So I think it's nice to get a little change of pace here at Biola and feel a little bit of wind and frigid air, if you will. At least we don't have to worry about computers overheating today.
0-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt, 1-2.
In the same exact sequence as we saw in the last at-bat, 2 strikes, and then a slider bounced. We'll see here, though, if he can repeat and force Franklin to strike out.
Franklin, a .320 hitter, an on-base of .469. Very impressive. Good for second on the team in the on-base category. Fastball elevated for a ball, 2-2. The leader in on-base percentage, not surprisingly, is Daniel Young. He's got it on base over half the time at a clip of .552. He's been so impressive. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on Holcomb. Sets and fires another elevated fastball a little bit inside also. 3-2. He started off the inning. Struck out Miguel Abascal looking. Then he got Jake Boone swinging. And now he's in a 3-2 count to Christian Franklin. A big deep breath in the pitch. Fastball swung on a miss. He strikes out the side. His 4th strikeout of the day. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base through 4 full innings here from Biola University. 4-0 catch here on the Oaks Baseball Network.
SoCal catch gear available at the third base side. Michael Tillman.
Leading off for the Oaks, Michael Tillman here in the top of the 5th. Tillman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Struck out back in the second. That's lifted high and deep out to left field. Going back and off the wall. Rounding first, going to second. Tillman in for a double, maybe more. He's headed to third base. The relay will be in time to nab him at third base. The Oaks are absolutely disheartened in their dugout. A crazy play, but Tillman nabbed at third base on what looked to be
Now batting.
a safe call at third. I think he was in there, Jonathan.
I don't have enough information to make a good hypothesis on whether or not he was safe. I am going to go with the call on this one. What a throw. What a hit.
Anyways, Raymond Gomez in there takes the first ball. Wow, what a interesting sequence there. One of those off speed away, 2-0. Aiden Jorgensen still on the hill. And he's the second straight catch starter who has blanked the Oaks. Kicks and fires, 2-0s in the dirt, now 3-0. Gomez also walked back in the second inning. And a play like that from Tillman you still feel it 2 or 3 innings later. See how it affects the rest of the game. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. 3-1. And despite the Oaks' struggles, you like to see the fire displayed in the dugout.
It's going to motivate. It's going to motivate them. Sorry, Jordan.
3-1 pitch. Lifted into right field down the line. And making a running grab in right field is Hill Alexander. The second straight hard hit ball that the Oaks are not rewarded with a hit.
13, Will.
And as I was saying, you like to see that fire in the dugout. These are, guys, they don't know each other very well. They're still new to this team. They're not winning right now. But still showing fight. A lot of season left. You always like to see that. Will Pickett steps in, swings and misses at the first pitch.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about this team's record right now and their performance. I think it'll start picking up as they start to get to know each other, build some chemistry.
And that's a line drive into left field for a base hit for Pickett. He checks in for his first hit of the day. He's on first base now with 2 outs in the inning. Zach Kamenko will come to the plate, trying to advance him and maybe even drive him in.
This is a big spot here for the Oaks, trying not to be blinked at least. Good job by Pickett, finding a fastball, pulling it into left field on the short hop, and getting an opportunity to the rest of this offense and extend this inning for the Oaks.
3 hard hit balls off of Jorgensen. Really, the first 3 all day. First pitch to Kamenko, into the screen, next to the catch dugout. 0-1. A line out back in the third for Kamenko. He's hitting 300 on the year. No home runs. 2 RBIs. Taps the plate a few times, getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. Good lead for Pickett off of first base.
Great take, babe.
0-1. Slides off the plate. 1-1. Andrew Lucas on deck, followed by Michael Spears if the inning goes that far. No runs, 3 hits. An error for the Oaks, 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors in the same categories for the catch. 1-1 pitch. At the knees, called a strike, 1-2. Jorgensen has worked as fast as any pitcher we've seen all year. As soon as he gets the ball back, he is ready to go. 1-2 gets his sign, kicks and fires. On the ground, through the middle, a diving stop by Boone at short. Toss over to second base in time. And the Oaks, nothing to show for some good swings here in the top of the 5th. Anyways, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 2 hits in the inning. 4-0 in favor of the catch. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. Joe Torres making his Oaks season debut. Fastball, two-seamer cutter, slider changeup for the side armor. First pitch to Daniel Young, a slider taken in at the knees. 1-0. Torres, this is his third year with the Conejo Oaks. Second pitch, off the plate away, 2-0.
But it's his first year as a four-year university pitcher. He played his first 2 years at Glendale Community College and then made his way over to UC Davis to play with the Aggies, where he just finished up his first season with them.
2-0 to Young. Base hit through the right side. This guy hits, plain and simple. He's on first base to lead off the inning. And now he's 2 for 3 in the game. He doubled back in the first. Didn't get on base. Corded it out in the second.
First baseman, number 33, from Austin P, David Martinez.
David Martinez, the new hitter, reached to second base on a play with 2 errors in the third inning. Grounded out back in the first. Big lead for Young at first base. Sidearm pitch in the dirt, 1-0. The final line for Kevin Holcomb. He went 4 innings. Gave up 4 runs. Also struck out 3 batters. Next pitch, swung on and missed, 1-1.
Torres at UC Davis played a couple of games with the Aggies in his first year. But the team overall struggled, only getting 15 wins on the season. They got swept by various schools, including Oregon and Oregon State. I asked Joe, is it hard to play on a losing team like that where you only win 15 games? He said, I don't even know why we were playing teams like Oregon State. We just wanted the money, I guess, but it doesn't help the team's confidence any.
1-1. Kicks and fires. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Good pitch from Torres. Well, you see that across a lot of sports. Smaller programs playing bigger schools.
Especially in football, you see those small schools play big schools at the beginning of the season because those big schools just pay them to come and get a win.
And you see an example of that, Portland State going to play Ohio State next year. It may be the blowout of the century. Stay tuned for that. 1-2 pitch. Chopper over to second base. Torres can't get it. Throw over to first is in time. Good play by Will Pickett to get that on the short hop over to West. But Young advances to second base. A productive out for the catch as Martinez grounds into a 4-3 putout.
And Bourgeois.
It was a productive out, but a good heads-up play by Will Pickett, backing up his pitcher and making sure at least one out would be made up on the board.
And Bourgeois, the new hitter, 0 for 1 with a walk, a flyout as well. And they're going to call a balk on Joe Torres, maybe a little rusty in his first game. And mental errors keep compiling. And just like that, a runner on third base, 90 feet away from scoring. Bourgeois on the year. 375, 615 on base percentage. I was wrong. Young is not leading the team. It is Bourgeois, the first pitch in there. Called strike. Sorry for that factual error right there, but Bourgeois, I guess I couldn't believe how high his on base is.
I'm not sure about our viewers, but I forgive you, Jordan.
I appreciate that, Jonathan. Always good to be partnered with somebody as caring as yourself.
Forgiving as myself.
There you go. 0-1 pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-1. The umpire paused before making that call. 1-1, 1 out. Runner on third base, that's Daniel Young. And the batter, Ange Bourgeois, lifted inside the infield. Torres will be called off by Lewis, who makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Torres doesn't pitch for strikeouts. He has gotten a lot of strikeouts in the past with the Oaks, but he's a very good pitch for contact pitcher. That sidearm motion is very hard to track. He throws every kind of fastball and slider, and he doesn't care about striking out batters. He just cares about the out that we just saw. getting batters to make bad outs and getting out of jams like he is trying to do right here with the runner on third base.
Hill Alexander stepping in. 2 walks on the day. Has not recorded a hit in 3 official plate appearances. First pitch off the plate away, 1-0. Alexander from Dallas Baptist, the right fielder. Yesterday he had 2 appearances, a ground out, a pop out, off the bench. 1-0 pitch. Slider a little bit upstairs, 2-0. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the catch. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. And again, the wind starting to pick up towards the left field. 2-0 pitch. The pitch will be in the dirt, but looks like Hill Alexander went around and swung. So it'll be a 2-1 count.
Yep, the entire Oaks dugout yelled that he did. The umpire agreed.
About time they got a call.
Yeah, after the very close calls the Oaks haven't gotten today.
2-1 is a rip and a miss. 2-2.
And that's the pitch that Joe Torres likes to go to, that high mid-level fastball. A lot of times because of the sidearm, it looks like it's going to be lower, and a lot of batters will swing under it, and Torres is able to use that to his advantage.
Alexander digs in for the 2-2 offering with 2 outs and a runner on third. Torres gets his sign, peers in, and offers. Slider in the dirt away. Torres upset with himself, jumping around on the mound. Now facing a full count.
I don't think anybody is harder on themselves than Joe Torres, as he really believes in his ability and he believes in doing it well. But when he feels like he's off, he will be the first to admit that something is wrong.
3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Good pitch from Torres. His first strikeout. Gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're through 5 4.5 innings. No, 5 full innings. That took me a second. Anyways, don't go anywhere. You're listening to Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Baseball Network.
Inning for the Oaks, center fielder number 5, Andrew Lucas.
Back in for the top of the 6th inning. Andrew Lucas leading off against the new pitcher Matt Reitz out of Covenant College. Number 13, the right-hander. A freshman this past year, 11 starts and 12 appearances, 67 innings pitched, a 5.51 ERA with 33 strikeouts, went 3-6. First pitch to Lucas, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Swing and a foul fly out of play and off the net, 0-1. Really impressive day for Hayden Jorgensen. The second straight really good start for these Catch starting pitchers. Compiled 5 strikeouts. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. 0-2. Actually, only 4 strikeouts for Jorgensen, who went 5 scoreless. Next pitch, a little bit low, 1-2. Only gave up 3 hits to the Oaks. 1-2 to Lucas. Taken, called strike 3. The third time Lucas is called out on strikes. For the first out of the inning, Michael Spears next up.
Michael Spears.
An off day for Andrew Lucas, one we're unaccustomed to. Normally a very prolific swinger, taking a lot more pitches than we're used to, and it's resulted in 3 strikeouts.
Michael Spears steps in. 2 groundouts today. Takes the first pitch a little bit low, 1-0. Spears still hitless. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, 1-1. One and 1 and out. Reitz gets a sign and offers. Low and away, 2-1. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. For the Catch, no runs, 3 hits, and error for the Oaks. Reitz gets a sign. Here's the delivery. Swung on and missed again, and 2-2.
Good pitch there. Sorry about that, Jordan, but a really good pitch there. I'm really impressed because it's hard to get a Division I batter be that out in front of a fastball, and that was exactly what happened.
2-2 pitch. Kicks and fires. Taken, almost strike 3. Good pitch from Reitz. Looked like a strike from here, but we're off to the side. Who knows? Full count. Brandon Lewis looming on deck. Payoff pitch. Curveball taken, strike 3. Spears knew it. Walks right back to the dugout. The second straight strikeout looking for the Oaks.
23, Brandon.
And nobody
Lewis.
on, nobody out for Lewis.
Ouch. That's all I have to say. Spears knew it, and he's talking to Lewis right in front of us about what he needs to do to try to see some of these pitches. Because so far, the first 2 Oaks batters of the innings have not been able to.
Lewis 1 for 2. Checked in with Oaks. First hit back in the 4th inning. Kick and fire. Slider. Lewis out in front. A foul tip. 0-1. Lewis digs right back in there. Reitz working quickly, the 0-1 pitch. And the dirt bounces on the plate, 1-1. Quiet crowd today. Everybody huddling together for some warmth on this chilly afternoon. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Lewis. On the ground left side. Out of play, 1-2. Bart West on deck if the inning goes that far. The Oaks have struck out 6 times today. Reitz ready to go. Gets his sign. Holds and now pitches. The pitch. Lifted high to center field. Shallow coming in. Abascal dives. He misses the ball. Lewis around first going to second base. The relay throw is not in time. Brandon Lewis checks in with the second hit of the day. A double to center field. The Oaks right back in business. Bart West up to bat to drive him in.
Now batting, first baseman, number 26.
That
Bart
was
West.
the most blooper double I've ever seen. A shallow hit in the center field. Abascal out of center. Couldn't make the catch. On the dive, ball went awry, and that allowed Lewis to advance to second base. Well done by Brandon Lewis. Now the Oaks have an opportunity to finally get a runner in now that he's in scoring position.
The Oaks were due, and they finally got a break. Bart West needs to capitalize. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch at the knees, called strike, 0-1. West, along with Lewis, has been one of the most consistent figures in the middle of this Oaks lineup in terms of just appearance and production. 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, bounces on the plate, 1-1. Outfield shifted pretty straight away. 345 down the line and right. 325 down the line in left field. Reach checks the runner. Kicks and offers. Taken in the dirt, 2-1. Sam Shaken on deck. In the hole, Michael Tillman.
How about the work by Ange Bourgeois behind the dish, getting really dirty, not just in this at-bat, but all game long. A lot of Araya pitches and no wild pitches because he has done such a good job blocking every pitch that has come at him in the dirt. That's all you want from your catcher, and Bourgeois knows the fundamentals so far better than I think anybody that we've seen so far from behind the plate.
2-1 to West. Taken. Off speed, below the knees, 3-1. Other than the loud first inning for the catch, it has been a pretty quiet day. A run in the third inning on an RBI groundout. And Bart West takes his walk. There's a fastball in the dirt, and he heads to first
Now
base.
batting, shortstop.
And Sam
number 25,
Shaken heads to the plate
Sam
now
Shaken.
with a chance to make this ball game very interesting. Only one home run on the year for Shaken so far. 241 average. Today he's 0 for 1 with a walk.
Nothing against Shake. I don't think he's going to get a home run. I don't think he's looking to get a home run into that bat. I think that all he's going to focus on is put the bat on the ball and try to drive in Brandon Lewis, put a run up on the board, and try to motivate the team to keep the game alive.
That's all you can do. First pitch is a little bit low, 1-0. Shaken takes his time to step back in there. Matt Reitz gets his sign. The pitch. Lifted high and shallow to right field as a chance to drop. Christian Franklin, the second baseman, goes back to make the play. The Oaks, 2 strikeouts, a double, and a walk, and then a flyout to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 5.5 have come and gone. 4-0 is the score in favor of the Catch here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 26.
Ryan Smoot leads off against Joe Torres in his second inning of work. His first inning was an adventure, we'll put it that way. A base hit to Young. He advanced to third, but got out of it, striking out Hill Alexander to get out of the fifth inning.
I like adventures, so if we can have another adventure, I wouldn't be complaining.
First pitch in there for a called strike. Torres looks to be getting into his groove.
You consider yourself an adventurous guy, Jordan Brenner?
Maybe not as much as you, Jonathan. I know you like to have fun. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, 1-1.
I was always raised to take a no-thank-you bite out of life, and you never know what will come out of it, so that's what Joe Torres is trying to do on the mound with his adventures.
Smoot 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. 1-1. Yes, he did go, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Smoot had the foul ball down the line. Many Catch fans, a lot of people affiliated with the Oaks also, thought that was a fair ball. The Oaks caught a break. It was ruled a foul ball. He later grounded out. 1-2 pitch hits him right in the arm, right on his protective gear. That's why you wear it. He hits the first base with a hit by pitch.
Exactly why you wear it, because you know that the number one place that batters get hit by right-handed pitchers is in the left arm area, especially that shoulder that elbow. And anytime you get hit in the humerus bone, there's nothing humorous about it. It really hurts, and it could really hurt the future of that part of your arm. So that was a smart idea there by Smoot to have that on his left elbow.
Yeah, nothing humorous about it except for that it's the funny bone. Runner on first base, Jacob Rogers, the new hitter.
And by the way, Dylan Miley came in as a pinch runner at first base. We saw him yesterday as a pinch hitter as well.
Dylan Miley taking his lead off of first base. Jacob Rogers waves his bat. He's 1 for 2 with a double to left field. Did that in the first inning. Wild pitch, good stop behind the plate by Kamenko. 1-0. This game's been moving along all right after the slow start. We've seen some pretty quick pitchers. Kevin Holcomb started to speed up as he gained confidence later in his start. 1-0 pitch, lined through the left side for a base hit. First and second, nobody out, and Torres, well, he's in another adventure, Jonathan.
It's only an adventure if there's a little bit of conflict. And so according to the arc of the story, we are in the conflict. Joe Torres has 2 on with nobody away, trying to hold the lead to 4 runs for his offense. And we'll see here what he can do with the final 2 batters of the bottom of the catch order set to be up here.
2 on, nobody out for Torres, the new hitter. Miguel Abascal, he's 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the fourth, a base hit to center field. Back in the second inning. Torres gets his sign. First pitch off the plate away. He wanted that one. 1-0. Finally some action for a catch offense that's been pretty quiet for a little while. 2 runners on base. 1-0 pitch. In the dirt again, 2-0. Torres starting to lose his composure a little bit on the mound. You can often see with a pitcher how they're pitching based on their posture. And Torres was hunched over a little bit there. 2-0. Lewis shaken, left side. Pick gets Bart West, your right side of the infield. We'll get you the outfield in a second. 2-0 pitch. Line drive dropping into center field for a base hit. Smoot around third. The throw to the plate from Lucas is a good one. Fielded a beautiful tag behind the plate by Kamenko to get him. We have seen some unbelievable throws by outfielders. And Andrew Lucas, add your name to the list. What a beautiful play. On the play, advancing to second base is Jacob Rogers. To first base with the base hit is Abascal.
I was lucky if you're the Oaks. You are lucky to have Andrew Lucas out there in center. He may have struck him out 3 times, but he might as well have made up for those 3 strikeouts with that play right there. What a throw.
Either way, looks like adventure was the right word to describe this inning. The adventure continues now. As Torres gets his sign, checks the runner, and offers. A little bit low, as has been a common theme in this inning, 1-0. But that's Torres' game. You know, he doesn't have the elite velocity to blow hitters away up in the zone. As the 1-0 pitch is off the plate away, 2-0. He needs to keep the ball down and play to get ground balls.
Exactly, and as a sidearmer, the last thing you want to do is throw pitches too high because they'll just wait. They'll just be lobbed in there, if you will, because he doesn't throw past 84 miles an hour.
2-0, ground ball over to West. He fields, fires over to second base for 1. Shaken cannot relay the throw back to first base. So Boone grounds into a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with 2 outs now.
Number 2.
As Christian Franklin, the second baseman, comes in for his 4th at-bat, the 3rd official at-bat, as he has a walk in the first inning.
And you know what? Shaken was very smart on that play because he could have tried to make the throw. He knew he wouldn't have gotten the out, and he would have risked throwing an error and letting another run come in. So instead he said, you know what? It's not worth it. The risk is not worth the reward. Let's live to try to get another out and try not to let any more runs score as head coach Chalise strides out to the mound. And I believe Torres' day may very well be done, though he may just be giving some more time for his bullpen to work here in the latter part of this inning.
Christian Franklin, the new hitter. 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out. However, in the first inning, he walked and came around to score the game's first run. Scored on a Daniel Young laser beam double to center field. And the entire infield is going to be meeting with Solis on the mound, perhaps talking strategy. It looks like Torres will remain in the game. Torres has now given up 4 hits so far. I was wrong. 3 hits.
You were right the first. It's not that you were wrong. It's that you were 50% right.
Still working on my score booking skills. It is a new art. Certainly a fun one, but we'll get better.
It's an adventure.
Goes. Runner goes first to second. The throw from Kamenko not in time. The runner breaks from third. He will be nabbed at the plate. Beautiful tag from Kamenko. A really good throw. And just like that, the inning is over. Torres didn't even have to get a ball on play. Anyway, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and only 1 man left on base. We're through 6 full innings here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. The Catch own a 4-0 lead. back in for the top of the 7th inning. For the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. On play-by-play, here's Jonathan Rifkin.
Thank you, Jordan. Great job as always. We have a new pitcher on the mound here for the Catch. It's Brendan Argumones from Orange Coast Community College, coming in place of Matt Reitz, who went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. The first pitch to Michael Tillman is popped back against the screen for strike 1. On the season for Argumones in 5 innings, he has a 1-0 record and a 3.6 ERA. He does have a 2.2 WHIP though. Tillman on the day is 1 for 2, doubled but tried stretching into a triple and was tagged out. Slices that one right into the glove of Franklin. What hops there at second base for him for out number 1.
Now batting, designated hitter.
So smooth over at second is Franklin.
Gomez.
What a beautiful play that was. I mean, obviously you don't like to see it on the Oaks side, but got to appreciate great plays when you see them.
That puts Raymond Gomez in the right-handed batter's box now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk as he slices that one foul down the third base line. 0-1 counts to the Oxnard College product. Waiting on deck, Will Pickett's in the hole. Should we get that far? Is Zach Kamenko. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Catch. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 0-1 pitch is taken in the dirt. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Raymond Gomez. Gomez just finished up his freshman campaign. Looking to increase his baseball skills this summer with the Oaks. Argumones deals the 1-1, low and away, ball 2. The 1 pitch becomes 3-1 on another ball. And now Gomez has worked himself well ahead in the count, a good hitter's count. Expect Argumones to possibly throw a hitter's pitch right here. As he does, he slaps it on the hop to third. What a play by Rogers. Fires it over to first. Wow, what a play out of third base. We have seen a plethora of stellar third basemen in the CCL so far this season, from Brandon Lewis to the Academy Barons to the SoCal Catch. Everybody in the CCL has had some phenomenal third basemen, and what a play right there by Rogers.
Yeah, we've seen great defensive plays everywhere. That's the second on the inning.
Conacher Sands for the Blues. Everybody has found a great third baseman as Will Pickett checks in and takes a first pitch ball. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. His brother actually won a little contest here in the crowd. They're doing a little in-between inning trivia. 1-0 pitches in the dirt, 2-0 the count. And his little brother got a question right. Was awarded some free snacks. Pickett's family not only can play baseball, but has quite a knowledge on trivia as well.
Always good to be good at multiple things.
2-0 pitch is taken at the knees for strike 1. Multifaceted family, if you will. Of course, his father, Bill, sitting in the stands as well. The head coach at Pierce Junior College. He actually played college baseball with Oaks head coach Dave Solis at Cal State Los Angeles. Argumones calls time on the mound. 2-1 count. 2 away here. The Oaks have only put up 4 hits. They've only hit into double digits 3 times this season. All 3 times they won. 2-1 pitch. High to left center field. Abascal and Boone both making their way, but calling them both off is Young out of left field for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Oaks go down in short order here in the top of the 7th inning. They trail 4-0 right here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Now batting.
He's Jordan Brenner. I'm Jonathan Rifkin, and this is Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. Oaks trail 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning after the stretch. And it's kind of interesting because since the 3rd inning, it's not like the Cats have done much either. They scored 3 runs in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd, though the Oaks have only been able to muster 4 runs, and they also have an error in the field. That has been the difference on the ball game so far here as Chris Franklin steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, a pop-out, and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks is Jerry Garcia from Glendale City College. Relieves Joe Torres, who went 2 innings, gave 3 hits and a strikeout. No walks, no runs under his belt. The 1-0 pitch. High and deep to left field. Making his way is Spears at the wall and makes the catch for out number 1. If that wind didn't die down and was blowing as hard as it was at the earlier part of this game, that would have been out for sure.
Left fielder, number 31, Daniel Jung.
Daniel Jung now stepping in here. Hoping to continue what he's done so far. He's 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and an out. He does have a run scored. Garcia fires the first pitch to the lefty in the dirt for ball 1. Young from Notre Dame. His family watching from behind as he skies that one down the left field line. The Lewis will run out of real estate, and that'll be strike 1. Four runs, 7 hits for the Catch. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. In a game that is dragging on here in the end, or towards the end, I should say. 1-1 pitch is another curveball in the dirt. 2-1 the count. On the season for Gerardo goes by Jerry. 4 appearances, a 5.4 ERA, and 8 1/3 innings pitched. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Deals the 2-1. Over to second on the hop. Pickett fields it over to first for out number 1. Check that, out number 2. Chris Franklin flew out for out number 1.
Number 33, David Martinez.
Now David Martinez will step in here. He's 1 for... Actually, he's 0 for 3. He did reach second base because of an error by Kevin Holcomb earlier in the game. He came around and scored thereafter. Grounded out 2 other times. The first pitch to him. Curveball this time missing inside for ball 1. Jerry Ramirez normally does a very good job locating that curveball as he fires in a fastball low for ball 1. But just couldn't find the strike zone so far. All of his curveballs, all 4 of them that he's thrown, have missed. Toes the rubber and deals the 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0 the count. And he's keeping these pitches low, which has not been effective so far. He has gone 2 quick outs, but now behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch. Cracked foul over the Oaks dugout. Almost barehanded by Holcomb and Bailey Holbrook. They both fumbled it, and it hit the ground. 3-1 the count. And I have to give a shout-out to Bailey Holbrook. I actually forgot my sweatshirt back in my car all the way back in Thousand Oaks, and he was nice enough to let me borrow his for the time being as that pitch misses upstairs, ball 4. And David Martinez reaches first base on a 4-pitch, or actually a 5-pitch walk. The first walk given up by Ramirez, and the 5th overall for the Oaks on the day. Now Ange Bourgeois will step in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, and 2 pop-outs. And the cleanup spot has had a fairly quiet day since the first inning. In yesterday's game, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a flat, but walked twice. Trying to get his first hit of the series. Takes a pitch for strike. Playing in his home field of Biola University. Really nice facility here. Palm trees out in center and left. Green Furs and right. 0-1 pitches way upstairs, 1-1 the count. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day. So we will actually have an 11 o'clock baseball game for you on the Oaks Broadcasting Network, but it won't be Oaks baseball. It'll be the Jim Parker Conejo Valley All-Star game as that pitch is fouled back. 1-2 the count. That All-Star game basically is composed of the seniors from the Conejo Thousand Oaks area that are going to play for Division I or Division II universities. And it'll be their last time in their high school uniforms. Andrew Lucas from the Oaks will actually be participating because he just graduated Camarillo and is headed to CSUN in the fall. But head coach Solis is one of the coaches, and so we are going to broadcast that game as the 1-2 pitch is cracked over to second. Pickett's over to first for out number 3. More on tomorrow's festivities after the break. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. We're through 7 full. Oaks trail 4-0 right here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. Zach Kamenko will lead things off here with a new pitcher on the mound in Tade Haydinger from Scottsdale City College. He is not sure where he's going to go in the fall. On the season, 5 2/3 innings pitched. He has a no ERA. The first pitch to Kamenko is in there for strike 1. 0 for 2 on the day for the UNLV product. A line out and a ground out. Argumendez's day is done. 1 inning pitched. No runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Easy heat. Easy heat. That just jumps out of his hands.
Haydinger toes the rubber, kicks and fires. The 0-2 pitch. Missing outside, 1-2 the count. In his first season at Scottsdale, in 16 appearances, he had a 1-0 record and 23 1/3 inning pitch. He had an 11.57 ERA and 16 strikeouts. Deals the 1-2. This one is slapped in the shallow center field. Is there enough for that to drop? And there will. Kamenko is on first base with a leadoff single. The Oaks are trying to rally back, trailing 4-0, and that's step number 1 that you have to do. And that'll make way now to the top of the order for Andrew Lucas.
Andrew Lucas.
That's the Oaks' first hit in 2 innings, their 5th of the ball game. No runs, 5 hits, and an error for them. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the SoCal Catch. Andrew Lucas is 0 for 3 on the day with a hat trick of strikeouts. Cristiano Ronaldo does on the soccer field. Andrew Lucas does striking out. That pitch is a ball, gets past the glove of Bourgeois and advances Kamiko over to second base. That is the first wild pitch that we have seen from the Catch all day long. There have been a lot of possible wild pitches, but Bourgeois has done such a good job tracking that ball. That time, though, that one went well over his glove, allowing Kamiko over to second. Lucas swinging that bat high over his right shoulder. Hedinger checks the runner and fires the 1-0. Low for ball 1. So tomorrow, as I mentioned, the Jim Parker All-Star Game will be taking place on our airwaves. I'll be on that call with Sean McKinnon, as Jordan Brennan will be taking a much-deserved vacation day. And then we'll have a 2.5-hour break after that 11 o'clock start as the 2-0 pitch is swung out and missed for strike 1. And the Oaks and the Barons will kick off at 5 o'clock, 4:45 pregame show for that one. I'll be on with Sean McKinnon as well for that game. A lot of baseball going on tomorrow, and the earlier game is a lot of fun. It's going to be head coached by Dave Solis on one side. As the 2-1 pitch is a fastball upstairs, swing and a miss, strike 2 for Andrew Lucas. And Lucas will be playing in that game tomorrow, the earlier game, and if he is in the lineup, he'll be playing both games. One for his final time in a high school uniform, and one for another opportunity in a Caneo Oaks uniform. Be cool to see him in 2 different uniforms on the same day. Swings and misses at the 2-2 pitch, strike 3. And now he has struck out 4 times on the ball game. The first strikeout for Hedinger. And that puts out number 1 up on the board with the runner on second.
Number 38, Michael Spears.
Michael Spears now will step in. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts to shortstop. The Oaks have the bulk of their order waiting on deck and in the hole. They can keep this inning alive for them. First pitch is cracked over to the Oaks dugout. Bailey Holbrook able to field it cleanly. Nonetheless, though, strike 1. Spears has yet to hit safely in his Oaks summer collegiate season, or career, I should say. He's 0 for 17. The 0-1. Missing. 1-1 the count. Looked like just a tad outside, though from our angle, looked pretty good. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away and 1 on here in game number 2 of the series. The Oaks are in danger of being swept in the 2-game series. They've yet to win a CCL series. They tied the 2-game series with the Blues 1-1 and then lost 2 out of 3 against the Barons. The 1-1 slapped foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And if they dropped today, they would have dropped 3 straight in a row. Not something that we would have thought we'd see from an offense as talented as this one. Especially being in danger of being blanked for the first time all season long. Hedinger deals the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2 the count. And if the Oaks are blanked, it'll be the first time in a while because last season, and we'll get that official stat for you of when was the last time the Caneo Oaks were blanked. Last season, I can hardly recall a time where they didn't put up a run. Hedinger toes the rubber, checks the runner, and offers the 2-2. Up and in, 3-2 now to Michael Spears. The last time these two teams played before yesterday, the Oaks won 7-3. That was on June 19th, 2017. Almost a year ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. The payoff pitch from Hedinger is fired in. Slapped over into foul territory, though. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking back at last year's games, I can't find a game where the Oaks were blanked. It was just such an anomaly. Today may be the first time in over 2 years, then, that the Caneo Oaks have yet to score a run. Nope, I actually found it. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. The patience wears off for Michael Spears. And the Oaks have 2 on now with 1 away. And the big batter, Brandon Lewis,
Now
stepping in.
batting, third baseman, number 23, Brandon Lewis.
The last time the Oaks were blanked was June 23rd, 2017 against the Blues. They lost 3-0 and only put up 4 hits. The player of that game was Grant Mayu, the San Diego State Aztec, who had a phenomenal season with the Aztecs last year. He had 2 of the Oaks' 4 hits that game. First pitch to Lewis. Upstairs for ball 1, and you know Brandon Lewis. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a double, a single, and a flyout. We'll be looking to launch one if he can get the opportunity. The Oaks have 2 on, trail 4-0. But one swing of the bat could really change the course of this game. Hadinger deals the 1-0. Outside, 2-0 the count. And you see a lot of pitchers pitch around Brandon Lewis. It's been a motif that we have seen time and time again this season. He is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. His batting average hovering around 300 right now after the 2 for 3 ball game he's had so far. 2-0. Slapped foul. It was low. Holbrook making a nice play in the dugout. 2-1 the count. He's making a lot of fielding plays in the dugout. I'm surprised he's not out in the field right now.
We may see him tomorrow.
We haven't seen Holbrook in quite a while. He started the first 4 games with the Oaks, and since then has yet to see at least the batter's box. He did pitch twice, though. Hadinger offers the 2-1. Lewis thought about going, held back. The pitch was high. They said he did not go around. And now it's a 3-1 count to Brandon Lewis. Originally committed to CSUN last year, decommitted, played a second season at Pierce. Is now headed to UC Irvine in the fall. Bart West waiting on deck for his opportunity. 2 on, 1 away. 4 runs, 7 hits for the catch. No runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Oaks. Hadinger checks the runner. Deals the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count now to Brandon Lewis. Second consecutive batter now, facing a full count for the Oaks. Brandon Lewis deemed to be Lou, both on Instagram and by his teammates. Waves that bat high over his right shoulder with the wide stance. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. A low fastball got him for out number 2. The second strikeout on the day for Hadinger. And he is currently in the driver's seat, with Bart West stepping up. 2 on, 2 away here, top of the 8th inning. And sorry, Jordan, go ahead.
Bart West's job's here. His job is to get on base and get shaken to the plate representing the tying run.
First pitch to West, misses for ball 1. Bart West on the day, making his cleanup spot debut. 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a fly-out to right field. Came into the game leading the Oaks in batting average. Well, that's dropped just a little bit. 1-0. Upstairs gets away from the glove of Bourgeois, and runners will advance to second and third base on the wild pitch. Michael Spears at second, Zach Kamiko at third.
The door is open. Will the Oaks walk through it?
It will be the first step in their dwindling opportunities. 4 outs away from being shut out, but a runner 90 feet away from at least putting a run up on the board. Hadinger toes the rubber and offers the 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0 now to West. And if the Oaks can find a way to load up the bases here for Sam Shaken, that would be pretty good. Because Shaken does a very good job fighting off pitches and at least putting balls in play.
Bart West should be taking here.
3 balls, no strikes. The pitch is upstairs. West walks on 4 pitches, and that'll load up the bases here as the tying run comes to the plate in the form of the Valparaiso Crusader, Sam Shaken. But first, a conversation on the mound with the catch coaching staff and the pitcher, Tate Hadinger. I don't think he will be pulled with 2 away, but with the bases loaded, a conversation here about what you should do as a pitcher. What should he be doing as a pitcher now facing Sam Shaken, a talented batter?
I think the key here is to just remain within yourself. Don't change what you're good at. You know, you got to go after this at bat like you would any other at bat. You know, throw strikes, trust your defense. If he beats you, he beats you. You can live with that, knowing that you're staying within yourself.
Nice little anecdote. I think that applies to life anyways. You never want to be someone who you aren't. Thank you, Jordan Brenner. That really opened up my eyes a little bit. Sam Shaken stepping in now. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, a pop out, and a ground out. Has an opportunity here to make it a ball game. Bases loaded. First pitch is sliced into left field. Coming in and scoring is Kamenko. Rounding third and coming home is Tillman. And Sam Shaken makes it a ball game. It's 4-2 here on the 2 RBI single by Sam Shaken.
And I'll tell you what, Jonathan, right before that at-bat, Sam Shaken and Coach Delis had a word. Sam Shaken turned around, gave him a fist bump, nodding as if he was ready to do something big. That's exactly what he did, putting the Oaks right back in this game.
You know what I think he was told? Swing at the first pitch.
Number 1, Tanner Wright.
By the way, Tanner Wright coming in place of Bart West at second base as a pinch runner. I think Solis just said swing at the first pitch because Shaken is often a taker, and the first pitches that we have seen are strikes, especially after a 4-pitch walk. Oftentimes, you will see a pitcher throw a first pitch strike after walking a batter on 4 pitches. That is exactly what happened, and that was a great conversation that Coach Delis and Sam Shaken had. It is a ball game right now, 4-2 the score, with Michael Tillman stepping in. 1 for 3 on the ball game. The first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. The Oaks are finally on the board. It comes in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. And Sam Shaken coming in clutch. At second base is Tanner Wright. Came in for Bart West as a pinch runner. Hadinger deals the 1-0 pitch to Tillman. Upstairs, ball 2. Now the Oaks dugout seems a little bit happier, a little bit more pumped, if you will. They've been fairly quiet this ball game, but now they're only 2 runs down, which is striking distance for this team. They see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. The 2-0. Fouled back. Almost hit a bird inside the stadium. That bird jumped out of the way. 2-1 the count. I do call this the aviary for good reason. There's nets all over the place, and if you've ever been to a bird aviary, which is a facility where they keep birds who are endangered or who need to be nurtured at zoos, this is oddly reminiscent of that. It is home of the Eagles, so it makes sense. The 2-1 in the dirt. Good block, though, by Bourgeois. 3-1 the count now to Tillman. Tanner Wright waiting at second base. Has a lot of speed. And the Oaks would like to utilize that if they can. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away in a 4-2 ball game. The Pierce Junior College product who led Pierce in batting average. As that high stance, the 3-1 upstairs, ball 4. And that loads up the bases here. The tying run is at second base for the Oaks, and Raymond Gomez stepping in.
Designated hitter number 4, Ramon.
That's the 3rd walk
Gomez
of the game, given up by Hadinger. Overall, the 5th drawn by the Oaks. And now we're going to have a pitching change as Coach Munoz comes out. So as the new pitcher strides in, we're going to take a break. The bases are all juiced. It's a 4-2 ball game. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one right here on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. Bases are all juiced here in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs, and the new pitcher on the mound is Bryson Spagnuolo from Palomar College and Santa Clara University, trying to get out of the jam that Tate Heidinger has created for the catch. The inning started off with Kamiko, who singled. Lucas struck out. Michael Spears walked. Brandon Lewis struck out. Bart West walked. Shaken singled in 2 runs, and Michael Tillman walked to load up the bases, and that's how we are, where we are thus far in the game. Raymond Gomez, who's 0 for 2, will look to turn his fortunes around right now and could tie up the ball game with 1 swing of the bat. First pitch from Spagnuolo goes upstairs. It gets past the glove of Bourgeois, and coming in and scoring is Tanner Wright. Oaks now make it a 4-3 ball game on the wild pitch. That's the 3rd wild pitch of the inning. Runners are safe at 2nd and 3rd as well. Shaken at 3rd, Tillman at 2nd. And the Oaks now have the game-tying run 90 feet away from scoring a 1-0 count to Raymond Gomez.
A base hit, you take the lead, you drop a 5 spot in the 8th. Special stuff going on. 1 hit is all it requires.
That run is credited to Heidinger. The 1-0 pitch to Gomez. Upstairs, ball 2. Will Pickett's waiting patiently on deck. So far on the season for Bryson Spagnuolo, in 4 2/3 innings pitch, he has a 1.93 ERA. Deals the 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3. And Gomez has yet to lift that bat off his shoulder. He's faced 3 fastballs all in the same spot, high in the strike zone, or out of the strike zone, I should say.
I give him the green light here. Let him take a rip.
The problem is if he doesn't get it and he gets out, it was a waste of a pitch. 3-0 pitch is taken for strike 1, 3-1 the count.
Different philosophies, myself and Coach Solis, clearly.
Well, Coach Solis is giving these guys a green light if they want it. But Gomez decides to stay for another pitch, the 3-1. Misses low, ball 4 and a 5-pitch walk. But Raymond Gomez at first base, loading it up once again. The 4th walk of the inning for the Oaks, the 2nd consecutive walk. And now Will Pickett will step in, though Tyler Ryan will come to pinch run at first base in place of Raymond Gomez.
Pickett has a base hit to left field already today.
Pinch running
He can
for the
check
Oaks
in
at first.
with a 2-hit game.
Tyler Ryan.
How big would that be?
Runners on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd base. 2 away, top of the 8th inning. The Oaks trail 4-3 in a game that has been incredible to watch. Pickett's is 1 for 3, as Jordan just said, a strikeout, a single, and a flyout in his 3 at-bats. The first pitch to him, taken over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Catch. Pickett's taking his time in the box, shoulders the bat finally, and Spagnuolo deals the 0-1. Up and away, 1-1 the count.
You should be very patient right here if you're Pickett's. The new pitcher has failed to find the zone very consistently. Easily could walk him.
Only 1 strike in 7 pitches, the 1-1. Misses away, 2-1 the count. And Will Pickett's is one of the most patient guys in the CCL, probably the most patient guy on this Oaks roster, so it's good that he's up right now, because if he walks, this game is tied. Very prone to doing so. Ahead in the count, 2-1. Spagnuolo deals the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count now to Will Pickett's. A good fastball had him out ahead. And Spagnuolo is 1 strike away from keeping his team in the lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. Toes the rubber, takes the sign. Pearson fires the 2-2 up, and it actually hits the left shoulder of Pickett's. That's going to score a run, and that brings us to a tie ball game, 4-4. Well, Pickett's, you did it again. You may have not done it with your bat, but you sacrificed your body. And now the Oaks have been able to come back in this game, the uphill battle,
now batting.
is currently stagnant. 4-4 the score.
The Oaks have batted around in the inning, too. Offense coming to life just in time. Just an inning ago, we were talking about the last shutout for this team, and now exploding for 4 runs here in the 8th inning.
Exactly a year ago was the last time the Oaks were shut out. They were able to avoid that here today. As Zach Kamenko swings and misses that pitch for strike 1. He started off the inning for the Oaks with a single. He was 0 for 2 before that. And he can try to recreate what he did earlier and give the Oaks the lead. 4 runs in the inning to tie up the ball game. Spagnuolo deals the 0-1 pitch, taken for strike 2 over the heart of the plate. Spagnuolo takes the sign from Bourgeois. It has been a long 8th inning. The Oaks have batted around.
And Spagnuolo should be wary to throw that off-speed pitch. We've seen a few balls get away from Bourgeois. An off-speed pitch in the dirt on 0-2 that gets by Bourgeois gives the Oaks the lead.
The Oaks have scored on a wild pitch and a hit-by pitch so far this inning, along with the 2 RBI single by Sam Shake, and they're finding ways to get runners across the plate throughout the spectrum. The 0-2 pitch is drilled down the third base line, but foul will do it again. And that's what you have to do. It doesn't necessarily mean balls in play to score batters, but wild pitches and hit-by pitches or walks, getting runners across the plate, that just shows the resilience of some of these Oaks batters able to force those kinds of plays. No balls, 2 strikes still to the UNLV Rebel. Spagnuolo deals. Low and away for ball 1. The Oaks offense was lackluster through the first 7 innings of this ball game, and they've really done it with 2 outs. They only scored 1 run before the 2 outs, and then the other 3 came with 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 pitch, taken for strike 3, and finally, the top of the 8th is over with Kamenko striking out looking. 4 runs on only 1 hit. No errors on the bases left loaded. Nonetheless, though, we have a tie ball game on our hands. 4-4 to the bottom of the 8th we go. You're watching Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
July 2nd in La Habra. Don't forget about that. Also,
leading off the 8th inning, right fielder number 21, Hill Alexander.
Hill Alexander will lead things off here on the bottom of the 8th inning. An 8th inning that has taken a while because the Oaks scored 4 runs to tie it up in the top half. Angus Denton gets the call, to try to stifle this Catch offense and give his team one more opportunity to win this game, or at least take the lead in the top of the ninth. He is the normal Oaks closer, coming in for some quick relief. As he deals up first pitch strike to Alexander. 0 for 1 on the day for Hill Alexander, though he has an RBI when he walked back in the first inning. Jerry Ramirez, by the way, his day is over as that pitch is low for... Actually, it was called a strike, 0-2 the count. But Ramirez went 1 inning, no hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts, no runs. 0-2 pitch from Denton, swung on and missed, strike 3. Hill Alexander has now struck out 2 consecutive times. And that's what Denton does. He strikes out batters. Probably the Oaks' best pitcher so far this season.
I would say that's probably a true statement. Obviously, some other good arms so far. John Vergara comes to mind.
Denton in 4 appearances has a 1-0 record. He's 1 for 1 in saves and a 0 ERA with a .88 whip. He has been firing on all cylinders. That pitch is cracked over to third, but foul. By the way, there's some fielding changes for the Oaks. I'll give those to you in just a moment. It's Miley, by the way, stepping in for his first at-bat. Will Pickett is at third. Sam Shakin is at short. Tanner Wright takes over at second. Bart West comes out, and Brandon Lewis moves over to first. The outfield is still the same. Michael Spears in left, Andrew Lucas in center, and Michael Tillman in right. Angus Denton from Arkansas fires the 0-1. An off-speeder, swung on a miss for strike 2. In his second year with the Oaks. Was stellar last season, went back to Arkansas. Had a stellar season for them. 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Strike 3. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Angus Denton.
Straight field, fastballs, sliders, it doesn't matter. Denton's getting swings and misses, that's what he does.
Jacob Rogers with 2 away will look to extend the bottom of the 8th inning here for the Catch. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a 2 RBI double in the first, a flyout, and a single in the 6th. Denton, though, trying to get out of the 8th inning and get his offense up once again. First pitch is a strike. He looks superb out there right now,
to say the least.
He is focused. He is locating those pitches. And he deals the 0-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2, and he is 1 strike away from making it a 9-pitch inning and tallying up 3 strikeouts. He's working quickly out there as Rogers steps back in. Denton toes the rubber and offers the 0-2 pitch. Cracked over to third. Pickett gets it on the hop and fires it over to the first. 9 pitches, 3 outs. Couldn't get the 3rd strikeout, but nonetheless, a picturesque inning for Angus Denton. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Tied up at 4 to the top of the 9th we go on the Oaks Broadcasting Network.
Andrew Lucas.
Bryson Spagnulio is back on the mound for the Cats to try to stifle this Oaks offense that put up 4 runs the last time we saw them out there in the 8th inning. 4-4 the score as the first pitch to Andrew Lucas is in the dirt for ball 1. Lucas is 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, the quadfecta. And he will look to change his fortune around, and he can here in the top of the 9th inning. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs, gets out of the glove of Bourgeois. 2-0 the count.
Got to be taken here if you're Lucas.
Low 60s, the temperature has dropped. The wind chill makes it feel like 55. And that is why everybody is freezing right now. The 2-0 pitch is a big hack and a miss. 2-1 the count. 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Catch in an exciting ball game. 2-1 pitch upstairs, ball 3. Spagnuolo has missed high more often than not so far today. He's the 5th Catch pitcher for today. They only threw 3 pitchers yesterday. They were up 7-2 though at the end of the game. 3-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Full count now for Andrew Lucas.
It's a big pitch here, real big. You want to start off the inning with a runner on. That often leads to rallies.
Payoff pitch from Spagnuolo. Taken for strike 3. Andrew Lucas has been sent down 5 times on today's game. 2 looking, 3 swinging. And out number 1 is up on the board here to start the 9th inning. Michael Spears now stepping in. 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Still waiting for his Oaks first hit as an Oak, I should say, as he takes a first pitch strike over the heart of the plate. Shoulders the bat. Spagnuolo working slowly from the stretch, deals the 0-1. Missing low, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brandon Lewis waiting on deck. Tanner Wright waiting in the hole for the Oaks, batting in place of Bart West. 1-1. Popped up. Out of play, though. 1-2 the count to the Ole Miss Rebel. Catch scored first in this ball game. They mustered up 3 runs in the bottom of the first and then 1 in the third. The Oaks were held scoreless through the first 7 innings of the ball game before erupting for 4 runs in the 8th to tie up the game. 1-2 pitch at the knees, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Has 2 outs up on the board for Brandon Lewis looking. Trying to get a ball in play and extend this inning here for the Oaks.
Brandon Lewis.
We are now in our 2nd hour and 50th minute of play. And the Oaks have a long 3-hour bus ride back up, 2.5-hour bus ride back up north to Thousand Oaks. They're trying to get out of here at least with a win if they can. The first pitch to Lewis. Breaks low, but called strike. 0-1 the count. On the day for Lewis, he's 2 for 4 with a flyout, a double, a single, and a strikeout. One of the few Oaks not to reach base in the last inning. The 0-1. Bounces on the plate. 1-1 the count. Tanner Wright waiting on deck. Came in as a pinch runner in the 8th inning for Bart West. Should we get that far in the inning? The big bat of Lewis, though, still waiting in the batter's box. 1-1 count to him. Spagnuolo deals. A fastball missing away. 2-1 the count. Lewis has had an awfully quiet season so far. Only 1 home run. But still early as the 2-1 pitch is sliced foul back into the glove of Bourgeois. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for a power hitter, he doesn't strike out very often either. He knows how to put the bat on the ball. Wide stance in the batter's box, the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Lewis goes down. A perfect inning for Spagnuolo to match the perfect inning for Angus Denton. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. The Oaks are retired. on 3 straight strikeouts. We're still not up at 4. The Cats will try to walk off in the bottom half of the inning and win up this game. All of that on the other side of the break. Miguel Abascal will lead things off here in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 4-4 ball game, as Angus Dent will look to do what he did in the bottom of the 8th, where he sent down all 3 batters he faced with 2 strikeouts and a ground out on 9 pitches. On the day for Abascal, he's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a strikeout. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. Denton on the day, and 3 batters, has 2 strikeouts and a ground out forced. He has been a force to be reckoned with so far in the 1 inning we've seen him. Abascal, though, trying to ruin that as he takes another pitch low and inside for ball 2. By the way, in between innings, there was a conversation with Coach Munoz, Coach Solis, and our home plate umpire about lights. There is no lighting here at Biola University. The 2-0 pitch, swung and a miss, 2-1 the count. So, I'm not exactly sure what the result of that conversation was in terms of if this inning ends in a tie, do we continue or are we going to call it? There are no ties in the CCL. So if they call the game due to darkness, we'll have to play it out another time as the 2-1 pitch is called a strike at the knees, 2-2 the count. This happened 2 years ago for the Oaks. They played the Slow Blues. They were tied, and the Oaks were trailing 5-4. They had to go up to San Luis Obispo, and Casey Ryan, a pitcher for the Oaks, ended up walking off for the team. The 2-2 pitch. Shaq swung. He didn't go around. 3-2 the count. That's the last time the Oaks had to play in a game that was called due to lighting. But right now, we still have baseball being played on the field. A full count to Abascal. Denton deals. It's cracked over to first. Just foul, though. And we'll have to do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of fans, by the way, have filed out of the ballpark, but half as full as it was earlier. And I don't blame them. 3 hours into the ball game. It's cold. It's getting dark. But you know what? It's a fun ball game out here at Biola. Hope everybody's enjoying it. I know that Jordan and I are here in La Mirada. Payoff pitch over to third base on the second hop. Pickett's over to first in time for out number 1. 5-3 kicks off the 9th inning here for the Cats, the same way that they ended the 8th inning.
Number 29.
And now we go to the number 9 hitter.
Crenshaw.
Nope, it's going to be Wasey Crenshaw coming in place of Jake Boone in the number 9 spot. Boone went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and also reached on a fielder's choice. Wasey Crenshaw from Colorado Mesa University played yesterday in 3 at-bats, went 0 for 3. And I expect to see him play center field or a different position in the outfield, right or left, depending on what Coach Munoz decides to do if this game goes into extras. Remember, this game could get called due to darkness and will have to be played out another time. First pitch is a fastball, swung and a miss for strike one. By the way, Jake Boone's day is done. He went 0-for-3, as I mentioned. As the 0-1 pitch to the southpaw misses inside for ball one. On the season for Wasey Crenshaw. In 98 at-bats, he's batting 100. 2 hits in those 20 at-bats. That pitch is called a strike at the knees, 1-2 the count. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday evening. Thank you for making us a part of it. As the 1-2 pitch is speared into right field, but that goes very foul. It started towing the line and then picked up more spin, curled out, and we'll do it again at 1-2 strikes.
Hit hard, though.
Hit very hard. You know Crenshaw's itching to get on base. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Catch. Denton deals the 1-2. Missing outside, evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch, slapped foul over the Oaks dugout. Another catch, this time by Jerry Ramirez. Normally Holbrook has been the Oaks fielder of the dugout, but this time Ramirez overshadows him making a play. Wind picking up here, now shifting towards the right side of the field. In between first and home plate, the 2-2. Slapped over to short, backhanded by Shakin towards the outfield grass. Fires it over to first, but it gets past the glove of Lewis. Rounding first and going to second is Crenshaw. On the air to throw. Is in time! On the air, Wasey Crenshaw goes to second. And on the throw, Lewis to right. The tag was applied, and that's out number 2. Wow, what a series of events.
That's the most spectacular play we've seen all season, and it is not close. Brandon Lewis was falling out of the stadium pretty much when he was throwing that ball. He sidearmed, lobbed it over to Shakin at shortstop, who made a great play of his own for the out in time.
Wow. A lot of fun stuff going on out there. Go back to the top of the order. Chris Franklin. First pitch is low for ball 1. He's 0-for-3 on the day with a walk, a run scored, a flyout, a strikeout, and a pop-out. Trying to extend this inning in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 the count to him. Denton toes the rubber and deals. Slapped over to third, but foul. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. In a game that has been dragging on for what seems like ages, but a lot of fun nonetheless. We've seen some great fielding plays and a lot of fun offense. The 1-1 taken over the heart of the plate for strike 2. And Chris Franklin is in danger of ending this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him as the light begins to fade even more. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and we'll see if they call this ball game due to darkness. And no, they're going to cycle it for 1 more inning. We're going to play to the 10th. The second time this season, we get some free baseball for you. The top of the 10th after this on the Oaks Broadcasting Network. So an update for you. Head Coach Solis and Head Coach Munoz, after we were told by our home plate umpire that we would go another inning, have decided to call this game where it is for now, and we will reschedule. It is 4-4 to the top of the 10th inning. So far, the line reads as follows. 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Catch. We have to do a quick post game because everybody's itching to get out of here. Jordan, what did the Oaks do to get back into this game? They gave 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the third, and all of a sudden, they exploded for 4 runs to tie up the game in the 8th.
They scratched and clawed, and they just would not go away. A lot of heart from a team that had not been producing on the offensive side for a very long time. They'll get out of here, and they're going to be happy to reschedule this game. It's getting cold and dark out here. They're going to have a great chance to take this game home when it is rescheduled.
So the next time these two teams are scheduled to play is on Friday, July 6th. I'm not exactly sure, but I have a feeling that the Oaks, when they go back home to play that game, they will be the away team, and we will probably get about a 2 o'clock start for the 10th inning of that game. Stay tuned to Twitter. We will also keep you posted on our future broadcasts exactly what's going to go on with that game. Again, this is the second time in the last 3 years that the Oaks have had a game called due to darkness, but we will play the game out. I promise you that. So for everybody who made this broadcast possible, for Jordan Brenner, my broadcasting partner, for the SoCal Catch for accommodating us so wonderfully, my name is Jonathan Rifkin, saying goodbye and good night on a Saturday evening from La Mirada. Again, 4-4 the score, going to the 10th inning on a game that will be rescheduled. Stay posted, stay tuned for more. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow, the Oaks play at 5 o'clock. We'll be live at 11 o'clock for an All-Star game. If you want to watch it, I highly encourage you to. But if not, we will see you at 4:45 for pregame, 5 o'clock for the Oaks versus the Academy Barons. Once again, my name is Jonathan Rifkin, signing off. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everybody.